right, we are back. Episode 165, the show about nothing, the radio show about nothing, the podcast about nothing. The boys are back in the building. But
Yes,
before
Lord.
we get too far, like,
Yes.
comment,
Yes.
and subscribe. Go ahead,
Please.
talk to them, Rock.
Please. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Episode 165, the show about nothing. Greatest podcast, coolest podcast, coldest podcast in the world. I am your co-host, D-Rock, man. It is a great month, great time, honestly, bro. Game 7 is tomorrow, the Western Conference Finals. Woo. We have the finals starting on Wednesday. We have training camp picking back. OTAs are starting, and training camp will be picking back up in 2 months. Mm-hmm. The WNBA season is in full effect. Yep. The Braves are the best team in baseball, including the Dodgers. Yes, sir. I know what my hat says.
Good movies dropping.
But good movies dropping. Great TV shows dropping. I finished 3 or 4 TV series in the past week. Like I've watched so much TV. So man, it's been a great time, bro. A lot has happened in my personal life. So that's why things have been a little slow around here. It's been things moving and shaking, but we back in full effect doing what we do, man. Yes, but Ish's team is playing in the Game 7. Yes, Drake is on some record-breaking levels territory, and we have Latto dropping her retirement / PTSD album. Black dropped the album we haven't really gotten to dive into. Adam Silver read NBA Twitter this year, so that means a new rule changed.
Adam Silver. This might be our most negative episode.
We got new tanking rules. But it's a lot to get to. But first, it's like the people haven't seen us in person in 2 weeks. So, have you been? What you been up to? Any fun stories? Anything you've done over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a beautiful couple weeks. I can't remember if I was here pre-birthday or post-birthday. Let's say 14 days. Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay, appreciate
Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, man, you're older. Blessed always, man. Blessed always to be here. But yeah, just had a bunch of, birthday stuff, things to do, people to see. I didn't do any of it, of course, because it's my birthday, and that's, just what I want to do. But other than that, bro, it's been hot. It has been hot as fuck.
And humid.
I know I got a hoodie on. It's pouring down, raining right now. So
yes,
we're definitely in hoodie weather. But other than that, man, it's just getting used to watching your team play like important playoff games again. It's not been great for my mental health. It's we're gonna. That's what I said. This probably our most negative episode for sure. But other than that, definitely been solid. Nothing really sticks out too crazy. Oh, Static Shock. That's what I mentioned.
Okay.
Static Shock on Tubi all 4 seasons. I forgot how crazy it was. I forgot how gas it was. Genuinely.
Okay.
Like the Justice League episodes, the Batman Beyond episodes, and aside from that, the characters, like the stories in it, all A+, A+. You kind of don't get that depth in normal superhero shows where this nigga with dyslexia, this nigga getting abused by his brother, and then like a bunch of like real life issues folded into this. So definitely fire.
That's fire. So I have been watching Spider-Man Noir. I actually just finished it, and it only came out 2 days ago, so I will not talk about it much because I shouldn't have finished it that fast, but I'm crazy. I've been in just forget it. But yeah, I've been binge watching TV, bro. Yeah. So, and I will say, it is the coolest show I've ever watched in my life. It's the coolest live action show I've ever watched, without a doubt. Yeah. You can flip between black and white and color. Mid-episode, it keeps you exactly where you were. It is insane. Yeah. And if you take any advice from me, watch all of the Spider-Man scenes in black and white and watch everything else in color because the outfits and the wardrobe and the set design is colorful, and you do want to see those. Right. You do want to see that. But when you get that suit with that mat, my God. In black and white, it is crazy, bro. So I haven't spoiled it for anybody. I just keep telling everybody to watch it because it's one of the coolest shows I've ever seen. Right. And what I say to capitalize that is Spider-Man is a detective. So,
that's tough.
I don't know what else you could want from a TV show.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm sold.
Spider-Man is 45 years old in his life and a detective. Come on, bro. And it's based in the 1920s. So it's just so cold, bro. The show is cold, bro. And that's what I've been watching. I also watch Your Friends and Neighbors. That's on Apple TV with John Hamm. It is a show. So this show is
John Hamm is fire.
John Hamm is cold. Yeah. John Hamm is cold. This show is creative because this wealthy neighborhood, and I'm not talking about play wealthy. I'm talking about billionaires, $100 million. Every kid tuition is $60,000 for high school and stuff like that. So one of those type rich neighborhoods, he loses his job, but he loses his job and goes through a divorce. That's like the first episode you figure that out, and he has to figure out how to make that up. So he starts robbing his neighbors.
That's
but
hard.
his neighbors are so rich, the stuff he's robbing, he just needs to go in and take one or two things because they have items that are worth $40,000 and $50,000. So. Right. So he gets with one of the housekeepers, and they start robbing houses together, and the story builds off of that.
That's fine.
So it's on season 2 right now. That show is a very entertaining watch, extremely entertaining watch. My boy, I hate that I'm blanking on his actual name right now, but the first Cyclops. I cannot believe
I know exactly what you're talking about, too.
The first Cyclops, he's in a lot of things. He is an amazing actor. I can't do this. I'm doing him a disservice by not saying his name. Oh, my God. This is going to piss me off because I know it. What's his name? My boy. James Mason. James Marsden. Yeah. James Marsden, an incredible actor. He came in and, like, it's so cool to watch an actor you see often just become somebody. Like, he walked in and is this character. His name is Ash. Like, he is Ash to the core. You don't see anything that you ever seen him in this character. He is just a different human. Yeah. He is a special talent. So that's been fire.
I'm definitely excited for that. Movie-wise, that Prime Time To Catch a Predator joint looks crazy.
Which one are you talking about?
Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
Pattinson, my fault. I didn't mean to butcher his name. Shout out Robert Pattinson, friend of the show. But that looks nuts. Apparently, behind the scenes, like, he's at, like, the worst life ever. Like, imaginably so, like, being the face of, like, catching one of the most disliked people in the world. But that's going to be fire. He's on a crazy run right now.
Robert Pattinson is killing him.
It's on a crazy run.
Him, Zendaya, Chalamet, Holland, Jordan. Jordan and Austin Butler about to do Miami Vice. That is going to do numbers.
Blow.
So, it's been a lot of actors on the tear, but I don't know if anybody's on the tear like Pattinson right now.
Yeah, no.
That boy has been in the drama. He's in Doom. Yep. He is Batman.
He's Batman. He's literally Batman.
He is Batman. He's in the Odyssey this year.
He's in the Odyssey. What was the movie? Oh, Mickey.
That Mickey 17 is amazing. So good, bro. It's amazing. So he has been on a tear lately and well deserved. But before we get off the nerds, I'm sorry, y'all. If the women are listening, just skip like 2 minutes ahead, I promise. Yeah. But Nicolas Cage had an interesting point about the Spider-Man Noir, and they were like, why did you decide to do this? Because he vowed not to do television because he was a movie star.
Right.
And he was like, what I realized, I was watching Breaking Bad, and he was like, there's a scene where Bryan Cranston was staring at the ground for 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. And he was like, in movies, you just don't have that type of time. Right. So I realized just the way you're able to build and grow with a character in TV is so much different in the movie. Yeah. And that is what brought me to this character. And I was like, that's a perfect reason. So cool. Yeah, like, what a logical reason.
Yeah, literally.
So that is, you get so much of, like, Spider-Man in this show of, like, this is the first Spider-Man I've ever watched where his name isn't Peter Parker. But it's a different type of Spider-Man, so it makes sense. But like that, just the way they built the story and brought everything together was truly excellent writing. So out of 10, it's a 9 out of 10 show for me. 9.5, 10 show.
I haven't seen it on Twitter, so I don't know if it's true. Is he going to be in Doomsday?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I just want to see.
This is so far from that timeline. Like, it's a chance that he's in the third movie of the next Spider-Man trilogy or something. Like that. But like, nothing, no time soon right now. All right. Well, we stalled for a little bit. Did a little bit of stalling, but y'all know why we here, man. Yes, Game 7 is tomorrow. Yes, so if you're watching this right now, you just probably clicked on the Game 7 video. We're going to have an individual Game 7 video for you to go watch before you watch the full episode. So if you're watching that now, what's up? Please like, subscribe, and comment. We talking Game 7, Spurs, OKC.
Yes, sir.
Ish. Yeah. Let me just get your thoughts.
Okay.
Like, I don't need too much. Don't give me too much detail. Just give me kind of where you've been watching this series. Again, if you don't know if this is your first time joining us, it's just a real Spurs fan, not a fake one. Not Wemby is my favorite player. Like, he's an actual Spurs fan. So this is the first time he's watched competitive basketball for his team in 10 years. So
me and DeJuan Blair shook hands. Y'all just don't even know who that is. Like, me and DeJuan Blair chopped it up. Like, I met that nigga. But so I'll take it. I'll just big picture. Now I'm not gonna get too deep. Pause. Just a synopsis of the series so far, excluding Game 7. Wemby's the best in the world. Dylan Harper, it's a year maximum. I'm terrified of Alex Caruso, and I think he's ready. That would be my. Those would be my last one. Those would be my whole four.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where I'm at, and it's really poetic.
Yeah.
For me, how we've gotten here, because the NBA, I keep going back to last year and the last 2 years because of the story around the NBA and how I kept talking about, and we kept talking about, there's no storyline. Mm-hmm. Like, everything is just, oh, we miss LeBron, we miss Steph, and we can't rely on that, so we don't really know how to navigate this. But what's so beautiful about this is one of these players made you talk about them because of their attitude, and the other one made you talk about them because of what they were doing on the court without even talking, without being this big personality, without being this high-flying superstar. So you have Wemby, who was what some say the greatest prospect ever.
Yes.
And with LeBron James, Michael Jordan, et cetera, that's
6'8" in high school, by the way.
That's a hard bar. Yeah. And that's a very high bar to meet, let alone exceed. Mm-hmm. And he might have done that.
Yeah.
And so you get here and this rookie season goes well and you see flashes. The next season, you're like, uh-oh. Yeah, but then he goes down with blood clots. So now you're into year 3, and it's the first full season of a somewhat, not even real, but a somewhat experienced Wemby with health and nutrition on his side. Right. So in his first year, he won the Defensive Player of the Year, was first team All-NBA, was third in the MVP voting, and is one game away from getting to the finals. Yeah. We're looking at history on one side. Yeah. And then you go to OKC, and we have this guy that has the longest regular season 20-point per game streak we've ever seen in history. Yep. Over 150 games of 20 points straight. Right. Back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Back-to-back 1 seeds.
He's back-to-back 1 seeds, and he's doing it 3 straight 1 seeds. Yeah. 3 straight 1 seeds, actually. And he's doing it with his second-best player, without his second-best player, with his third-best player, without his third-best player. Yeah. And he's doing it for 33 points a game. Nobody has shot a better percentage, averaging over 34 points a game as a guard, except for the greatest to ever do it, Michael Jordan. Yeah. So that's the story on the side of OKC and the guy that won't talk. And then the beauty in Wemby is his attitude and his, I want this. Yeah. I care, and I'm telling you, I want every award. I want every moment. I want to win every championship. Yeah. And SGA feels the same way, but he's just carrying so cool. Right. And so we start this series with Wemby watching SGA win the MVP.
Stephon Castle cracking jokes. Nobody smiling.
Hold the trophy up. Yep. As he said, no one's smiling, no one's laughing. And you give me 41 and 24 and 4 blocks and win game 1.
Yes, sir.
And every game since then has been back and forth, back and forth, and back
you know what it is, Twin. You know what it is, Twin. It's 2016 Cavs Warriors. It's where the first game was great, last game was great, everything else was blowouts.
Yep. Literally.
Because teams are making adjustments, teams are changing what they're doing.
Yes.
And every game is different.
Every single game is different. Yeah. Every game tells a different story, but everything is leading to this Game 7. Yeah. And I've been eating myself alive as something I did on our last episode, 164 in Zoom, when I said the Spurs would win the series in 6. I don't know why I said that. Like, I knew this series was going 7. I never had a doubt. When we spoke about it before it happened, I said it was going 7. Right. When they were in round 1, I said OKC and Spurs is going 7. Yeah. And for some reason, I changed my mind in the last minute. But I knew this series was going 7.
You was like, it's going 7.
Yes, like, literally. So I changed my mind, but I knew this was going 7. We are finally here tomorrow night. I am so, so excited. Probably the most excited I've been to watch a basketball game since Steph was in the finals in 2022. Like, that's how excited I am about this.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
So I want to start with your Spurs.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking for them to continue in Game 7 that they were successful with in Game 6?
Right. So in Game 7, let me frame it right. So to answer this question right, I have to start with Game 5. Okay. So from games 1 through 4, Wemby possessions were about 40% or so. It was the highest the first game. It dipped the second game because they were trying to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
Game 5 was the lowest of the series.
You're right.
And then Game 6, over half the offense was Wemby offense.
Okay.
Whether him trying to score or him trying to create.
Okay.
I need that to go up.
Yep.
I need that to continue to rise, and not even just the possessions where he is starting it and then getting off. His gravity on that court is literally changing what is going to be open for the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stephon Castle's the only guard that can get to the restricted circle without that hedge coming.
Yeah.
Because you can't hedge on Wemby.
Yeah.
And you have seen with De'Aaron Fox coming back, all the pressure to handle the ball the whole game is off of Castle, which is amazing. That's why I'm not killing Fox for shooting so bad, because that handle has changed the offense for Stephon Castle.
Yep.
So moving forward with Game 7 has to be Wemby-centric, has to be below the free throw line. And I know I said I haven't been killing him because I have not. High ankle sprain, coming back from all that. Closeout game, Fox is going to come play.
So that's where I'm going to start, bro. Fox has to show up. This is the moment. Your rookie and sophomore guards, Stephon Castle, COV, shout out to you, and Dylan Harper, have shown up in a way that you couldn't even expect at a 21 and 22-year-old guard.
Right.
Because it's one thing to come in and be a dominant big man because the lack of – you're able to just hustle. You can get a lot and dominate and really make your impact on the game just by hustle plays, not a lot of IQ. With the guard, you have the ball in your hand so much. You have to have an IQ. You have to understand the game. You have to understand momentum, how to control runs and things of that nature. And Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle have shown up to the moment time and time again.
Right.
But I cannot rely on a rookie Dylan Harper and a second-year Stephon Castle to be the 22 and 24 at 10 guys that they have been. I need De'Aaron Fox to have 22 to 27 points in this game and be Wemby's second guy. Yeah. I want Stephon Castle to be the all-world defender and make SGA's life an absolute living hell. Right. I want Dylan Harper to have a posterizing dunk to get the bench off the ground, a three to capitalize a run to tie the game or to take the lead. Right. I want them to have their moments, but the guy that I need to come out on a heater in the first quarter and end the game on a heater in the fourth quarter, outside of obviously the best player, is De'Aaron Fox. Right. I like what you're doing with the ball handling. I understand you have a high ankle sprain, but this is where champions are made. This is where moments are made. I need you to show up.
That's a fact.
Secondly, I just want to tell you, you're right about Wemby. I won't talk too much about it. Actually, yes, I will. We're on a podcast and we pod in 2 weeks. So Wemby getting the ball early is so important for – I'll go 2 reasons, really. Right. Number one is he gets so much more active and energized and into the game when he touches the ball early, and not only touches the ball early, but scores early and puts pressure on the rim early. He's a more active defender. He cares more about blocking shots and things of that nature. Not that he doesn't when he's not touching the ball, but it is just
the ball has energy.
The ball has energy. Right. Thank you. And secondly, the stress Wemby puts on your defense, OKC that is, the stress that Wemby is putting on OKC's defense is something they feel from quarters 1 through 4 versus feeling for a moment in the second quarter or for a moment in the third or for just the fourth quarter. Right. If you get Wemby 14 and 6 in the first quarter, the entire game, they are guarding Wemby like he has 30 points. Yeah. Versus him having 10 points at halftime on 2 for 8 shooting because he hasn't barely been touching the ball. And now they are hedging a little bit more and making life off that pick and roll with Stephon Castle a little bit harder because he hasn't been touching the ball. And his shot, because he is a rhythm player, he's not the best three-point shooter right now, but he is a good one and he's a rhythm one. So with him not hitting any threes in the first half, now Isaiah Hartenstein is able to give him a little bit more of a step because he's not as worried about closing out on the three ball, and now that helps him out as a defender. So there is so much of their offense that is I was thinking of a cool word to say that I'd be hearing on First Take, but forget it. But so much of their offense, and Wemby is such a focal point of their offense, and he has so much synergy within him touching the ball that it is going to open it up for the rest of the San Antonio Spurs. Those rookies, De'Aaron Fox, Keldon Johnson, is going to make them better if he is dominant early. So absolutely agree with you.
And 1,000%. And I would look to see a lot more De'Aaron Fox, Wemby PNRs. Because we haven't seen that many.
Me too.
We've seen a lot of the Castle ones because Castle's the best oop thrower we have.
Yeah.
So he gets into the lane and does that a lot. But Game 7, and he did this versus the Portland and Minnesota. We really leaned heavy into the Fox, Wemby PNR later in the series. It's usually because Fox is our best mid-range shooter.
Okay.
So Fox is able to generate way more mid-range floaters and middies later in the series when we run the PNR because he doesn't get that edge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to get all the way downhill like Castle does.
Yeah.
So I would love to look for that. And you mentioned Harper and Castle. They are so much better being the secondary action to the play. That is what I've seen the most probably from those two young people. Like, Dylan Harper legit has changed my life. Like, it is no longer like, man, if Wemby's good enough, we're gonna win a bunch of titles, or if Wemby's always gonna be Wemby, we're gonna be great. Dylan Harper is gonna be a superstar. Dylan Harper is gonna be a superstar.
No doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it.
He is from, and I saw the tweet. I don't forget who said it, but like the way the Spurs draft and recruit players mentally. His mindset, and that you can just tell how well he's coached. Of course, coming from the son of someone who played with Shaq, Kobe, and Michael Jordan, like who has been in, I'm sure, a billion big games, who practiced with Michael Jordan, who practiced with Kobe. Like Dylan Harper's calmness, like he looks like Cade. He looks like SGA.
He does, bro.
Like
he does.
And every game or so, I'm seeing him get better still.
Yeah.
Like early in the series, that step back midi was short every time. He missed 3 of them, all short. Game 6, they were all perfect good. Like him being able to create off the secondary action is so important because there's no help coming.
Yeah, exactly.
And you saw that the most in Game 6, where instead of we're just running one thing for Wemby, we're going to run that shit for Wemby. We're going to do something over here like the Warriors do to spread the court out. And that is what I want to see the most. But it's kind of a double-edged sword, but I just – and Carter Bryant's getting a lot of – first of all, I love Carter Bryant. I've loved Carter Bryant since the moment we drafted him. Listen, Carter, I don't care what them niggas are talking about. Nigga, tell that nigga box out. Nigga, fuck is he talking about? It's the Western Conference Finals. Them niggas are cutting the clip together like, this is so dirty. Shay is staring at that nigga. Shay is staring at this nigga running full speed at him. You get Shay braced for it. Like, damn, is this nigga finna stop?
Yeah, he did.
No, he's not, twin.
He's not.
He's not, bro. And that's what I love about this team. Like, let me ask you, actually. So, how'd you feel about the clip about Wemby coming out with the Mason Plumlee and the Bismack Biyombo?
So that was where I honestly am regretting as a co-producer in this show that we didn't start with the physicality of the series and then jump into the Spurs, because that has been a joy for me, is watching two teams play physical basketball for 7 games. Despite that, some of these games have been blowouts. And the difference in Cavs Warriors were like, those games, other than Game 6, Game 6 was a fake blowout, is what I call them, where it's between 8 and 14 all game, and it feels like they're in the game. Yeah. It's been 2 games like that with this series as well. It's been 2 outright blowouts, and then like last game was a mix, a kind of like in between that, and then they went on a 20 to over.
It was like it was a 5-point game.
But I want to say Game 3 was similar to that, and I believe Game 3 and 4, yes, both of those games were like blowouts, quote unquote, but they were close. And I'm saying all that to say the physicality of this series is something I have missed so much in basketball, and this is sometimes Adam Silver's wrong, sometimes he's right. This is where he's gotten right. He does a great job of never putting his refs on blast because as a commissioner, you cannot, because once you give the fans ammunitions and the coach ammunitions to say, look at what you said, then they have the ammunition and you don't want them to have that. So he does a great job of defending them in public, but you can tell he was sending a message privately because the basketball I am watching in this series is night and day from the basketball I've been watching for the past 2 and 3 years.
That's a fact.
So the physicality and the sheer passion that I am seeing out of these individuals is amazing. To address your question with the Wemby clip and Mason Plumlee, that is basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all know, if y'all have ever watched anybody play, if y'all ever watched any story Kevin Garnett has ever told. Yeah. If you watch anything these players
Niggas ain't watched that fucking Redeem Team documentary?
Fam, like, this is hoop, bro. Yeah. This is what we do. Yes, you're going to go out there and you're going to hard foul him to send a message. When you come back to San Antonio, we ain't taking no shit. Yes, that is what basketball is. It's not dirty. It's not sneaky. It's not petty. No, this is basketball. This is hoop. This is competition. This is passion. I hate you, and I want you to know I hate you. And I'm sending my old nigga in there to prove to you I hate you. And then I'm going to come back the next game, and I'm going to look at you in the eyes, and you're going to know I hate you. This is what competition is. I love it.
Listen, I don't want to overstate this. I could not physically have loved it more, pause. Like, do you know how much joy it would have brought me in 2016 if Anderson Varejao got off the bench and Steph grabbed him? Hey, him.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Like, stop, bro. Like, and it reminds me of a story, and it's an amazing show I watched. A show called Latto and 6lack. No. It is a little weird. It's a Canadian show. I can't believe I'm forgetting it. It's a spin-off of another show. Okay. But Letterkenny is the main show. And it's kind of about like is these hockey players. Okay. And in the spin-off show, it's about the hockey team. And he was talking to this girl, and he was explaining to her, like, when you're out there on the ice, if someone a player does something wrong, they don't look to the ref to correct it. Hockey players police hockey players. When you watch a baseball game or when you watch the Yankees in 2004 and they threw at David Ortiz, when they were getting up, Fernandez is asking David Ortiz, who you want? Pick who you want, because baseball police their own. In the NFL, when Michael Thomas, who got hurt in the Saints playing the Bucks? I think it was Michael Thomas, right?
Michael Thomas, yeah.
When Michael Thomas got hurt, and next year they ended Chris Godwin's season, that's NFL players handling on the court. In the NBA, if it's not going to be policed by the refs, it's going to be policed by the players, and I'm super cool with that. We'll talk about the flopping for sure, because I am kind of in a middle place where it's like, I love that he did that to Jared McCain, because Jared McCain was literally flopping in that play. I love that Carter Bryant ran through SGA face, because last game, Devin Vassell tried to box him out, and he fell, and it was a foul. If you want to be on the ground, we will help you. If you want to be the flopping team, we will help you. But we are going to listen, if they call 40 fouls game 7, you won't feel 38 of them shits. Yeah. The games are too important for us to be wasting them fouls on the touch fouls. And that's how I feel like if Shai's going to kick out his legs, bro, push that nigga no and ones. Yeah. These games are way too important for that. And I love that Wemby, especially because this is his first playoff run. Mm-hmm. He's had the Steph Curry, Jordan, Braun, best player in the world. We're not going to Shaq. We're not going to call every single touch foul. He got the elbow off on Naj Reid, and you can see he's trying to figure out how to adjust to having Wemby rules, kind of. Yeah, and that's fair, because you are, like, he is an alien. Like, some of the stuff that happens is legit just, he's so much bigger than all these. You can't call everything. Yeah. And I love that instead of his response just to be like, and no disrespect to Steph, because Steph, as we have said, is like the nicest guy in the world. Steph is the nicest nigga in the world, bro. Yeah, Steph loves his wife. Steph loves his kids. Steph's been with one woman. Like, Steph could have left Under Armour and made $1 billion at Nike. He didn't want to do it. Like, Steph is legit. He could have transferred from Davidson. Like, he could have did any of that. Wemby Wemby's not going for that shit, my nigga. Like, Wemby's not going for that shit, bro. And I love seeing him look at him like, hey, going, nigga.
So, and that brings me to OKC, and I would never ask you to give me keys or how is OKC going to win the game or anything like that for your team, because if the Ravens end up in the Super Bowl this year, don't you dare look at me and ask how the Lions can win the game.
Right.
Fuck you, nigga.
I have an answer prepared.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
But, so I kind of want to ask this question. I'm phrasing this sequence and this part of the show as what do the Spurs continue to do right? Yeah. And then I'm going to answer from OKC. What can OKC do to combat what your answer is?
Okay.
So, in the first 2 rounds, SGA has been at 29 a game, 50% from the floor, 32% from three, with a plus 74 plus minus. Mm-hmm. In this series, in these 6 games, he has been 24 a game, 5-point drop, 38% from the floor, 13-point drop, 26% from 3, 6-point drop. And a minus 28
in the series.
2-time
MVP right there.
So, my question to you is, in a quick 2 minutes, what does San Antonio need to do to continue to frustrate OKC and SGA in Game 7?
We have to play defense with our feet.
Okay.
Stephon Castle did a great job in Game 6. Of course, there's a ton of stuff around the games of how he's falling and what's getting called. Control what we can control. Mm-hmm. Don't jump at any pump fakes.
Okay.
Any shots he make over you, we are fine with that. Late contest, he's been amazing at changing the way he's contesting. Make everything hard. Pause, because, there's still an alien behind you. It's still an alien behind you. You don't have to win this matchup. Mm-hmm. You just push him to help. What I've seen the most in SGA's game, the changing is the areas he gets to, you just can't get to. Mm-hmm. And I know you've noticed this because you're a scorer. He's had 3 elite bread and butter scoring moves in this series, and all of them are going baseline and stepping back because the help can't get there.
Yep.
And of course, he's one of the best ever, so he's gonna make that over a 7-4-5 guy. But you just can't get there every possession.
Exactly.
So playing with walls, playing with space, playing with your feet. And this is going to sound a little counterintuitive because it's not about SGA. Like, make him feel like he has to score. When Caruso gets the ball and doesn't score for 3-4 plays, it's the second half, Caruso don't have a bucket. Now Shea's pressing. Mm-hmm. Make him uncomfortable in his process.
Absolutely. I love that answer. So, to combat that with OKC, because my issue with OKC has been they haven't adjusted enough offensively for me. Now, defensively, their game plans to how they're guarding Wemby, how they're guarding Castle, how they're forcing turnovers has all been A+. Daniel has done an amazing job. Right. And I want to give grace because I do understand J-Dub and Mitchell are your second and third ball handlers. Yeah. So you're missing that. So it is hard to have a lot of offensive adjustments when you have that issue. But Caruso does have a history of playing point guard. Yeah. Jalen Williams does have a history of playing point center at Arkansas and some with OKC. Yeah. Cason Wallace can handle the ball a little bit. Not amazing, but he can handle the ball. Right. What OKC needs to do is get SGA the ball on the move. Right. And if you're able to do that, you're not having 10 eyes looking at him of the Spurs defense. Yeah. You're only having 4. So that double may still come, but the way the energy that they're going to have to double, the angle that they're going to have to double is going to create an easy passing lane for you. Mm-hmm. It's going to create an easier shot over the double for you, and it's going to create a rebounding advantage for you if you are able to get on the move. And why I say those things is, one, so I believe that was game 1. What was the game where they run the Iverson cut and
that's game one.
Game one. Okay. Yep. So when you run the Iverson cut and you're cutting across right above the free throw line and you're about to catch the ball from the point guard, when you have that ball on the move, you have that side clear, which they've done a great job of. That side is so clear, no one can come double. Right. And the only person that has a chance to come double is the person that set the screen on the Iverson cut. Right. So the person guarding, person guarding the person that set the screen on the Iverson cut. Right. So if he comes over to double, then you have your big at the elbow, and now you have a 3-on-4. Yeah. And they don't have Wemby.
Nope.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
They do have Wemby.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is going to be tough. Now, let me be honest. That is going to be tough because they do have Wemby, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And because they have Wemby, that 3-on-4 is kind of like a 4-on-4 because he's kind of like two defenders.
Yeah.
So it is on your team to make the easier play, but it's an easier play than asking Alex Caruso to come out and hit 4 threes and asking Jalen Williams to hit another 2 and then asking Casey Wallace to hit another 3. If you're able to get them the ball on the move, and now you're able to get hockey assists off of that because he's in the middle of the floor, so you have people rotating, and now you're creating open buckets. So my advice to OKC is get the SGA the ball on the move.
I agree with you. And mine won't be advice because, fuck them niggas. But if I were to step back as far as I could and be objective, and this is kind of the elephant in the room, but of course people are talking about it. Chet, Chet, we're out of time. Yeah. Chet, cuz we're out of time. Cause it's game 7. Cuz the first 6 games, we can say don't matter going into game 7 because they don't. Yeah. If you show up in game 7, we can rewrite history, kid. Yeah. We can rewrite history. Up until this point, they have snatched Chet chain and stuffed him into a locker.
Fair.
Like Chet PR is at an all-time low. Like that is why this game is so crazy in game 7s. Adam Silver has to wait. He has to force game 7s. Like at this point, because it's like the NBA Super Bowl. It's because the NBA is all about narrative, and game 7s are like an update for the software because everybody's gonna get a new narrative. Everybody gonna get a new narrative after Saturday. If the Spurs win, Wemby is alien. Everyone should be terrified. Let's pray the Knicks have a chance. And if the Spurs win, that's the Spurs side of it. The other side of it is like, damn, Chet, are you like not a superstar? Like, are you not an all-time player? Like, are you not all NBA third team? Chet Holmgren? Like, we thought they were called. It was Wemby 7'6" and Chet is 7'3", and they've been rivals since 18. Are you in cat conversations? Like, are you in conversations we thought you were a different part of? Because as much as we kill Cat, and people don't think, we'll talk about the Knicks in a second to see if people think they have a chance, at least on this show. But, like, Cat was on the Thunder games when we look like this.
I agree with you, brother. I agree with you.
Like, Chet has, and it's been very frustrating. And I do want to say, the Spurs wings, and I can't believe I got this far without saying Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell has saved my life. Devin Vassell has saved my life. Like, the level of play from Devin Vassell as a role player.
He has been amazing.
Bro, he's getting like 2 blocks a game. Yes. Bro, he's at the rim, bro. He blocked Gobert. He blocked Randall. He is amazing. But, fam, you're 7'3". You're 7'3", cuz. Like, when Shea goes to the bench and Wemby is on the bench, bro, you should be dominating. Why are you in the corner watching Alex Caruso? Like, I understand how you can watch, like, the Spurs run all this he's super tall shit, and that just doesn't work with you. And that's why it's so frustrating, because it feels like SGA, it feels like SGA out there alone. It feels like watching I'm trying to think like 2010 Lakers kind of, where it's like Kobe, a bunch of niggas that play defense, and a skilled big. Yeah. And he not playing like Powell.
No.
Like 11 points, like 7 rebounds, whatever he's averaging, like, it's embarrassing. And that is probably my biggest thing about it is, like, bro, at what point does the pride kick in?
Agreed, bro. Give me just a second. I want to pull up his stats for the last few games. So last game he had 10 points. He had 10 points and 11 rebounds, bro. And the problem with me is the problem for me, excuse me. There it is. That's what I was looking for. So game 1 he had. Game 1 he had 13 points. Game 2 he had 14. Game 3 he had 10. Game 4 he had 16, and game 5 he had 10. And then last game he had whatever I just said. So it's been atrocious. Like, it's been so bad, and that's why he wasn't a part of my keys to victory, because I think he has said who he is.
Yeah.
He has shown who he is in this series. It's just not in him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the dog in him. He don't have the attitude in him. He cool just being cool. Yeah. And that's okay for you. Right. But Jalen Williams is that guy that would have stepped up for them.
Yeah, and did game one.
And did game one, exactly. So I think that's who they're really missing. I believe if they had – I would have more confidence in them if they had Jalen Williams and didn't have Chet. Like, that's how important I think he is as a secondary ball handler and as a secondary scorer. So I'm just not high on Chet, and I just don't think that what we have seen in this series, I believe, is much more of a reality than fiction. Whereas, like,
that's so mean.
Yeah, like it is. I'm sorry, but whereas, like, you know, shit.
Kobe hated Rajah Bell. You don't want to be Rajah Bell though. Like you don't want to be. It's kind of like when Braun was frying Paul Pierce that series, but that wasn't like peak Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Like he's younger than you. Like y'all the same age.
Y'all the same age,
y'all
bro.
The same age.
And it's just like I just think this is a reality of this is how much better Chet is. I mean, this is how much better Vic is than him. Yeah. This is how much more physical the Spurs are than their bigs. Well, than just him just him, because I love what Isaiah Hartenstein has been doing this series. Yeah. And
this hit another floater, I'm gonna lose my.
The bitches be going up and it'd be like, no fucking way,
twin.
bro.
It was like 8-22. He had all 8. He had four floaters in the first quarter.
Them floaters be feeling like a JP game winner.
Like what the fuck?
But man, I'm excited. So. Defensively, let's go there. The Spurs have done an amazing job of playing boxes and elbows with SGA, and what that means is essentially they don't trust SGA's three-point shot, and they don't trust his ability to get downhill and could finish consistently. Right. So they're playing boxes and elbows, which means if you're at the top of the key and we're just going to make this 5 out to make it simple for the picture. Yeah. If you're at the top of the key and everybody's playing man, where's everybody's man position usually is, they're 2 steps inside. Exactly. So if you beat your guy, which SGA is going to do more than likely, there is help before there usually is help. So you have to give it up faster than you usually have to give it up. So where you'll see a Luke or SGA or Ant do a nice pro hop or nice Euro step in between 2 people, you're not even allowed to do that because the defense is collapsing so fast. Yeah. That's why you see them relying on role players shooting to the extent they are. Yeah. My question to Ish is, you mentioned make SGA feel like he has to score. Make SGA in the third and fourth quarter feel like he has to press. Do you want them to continue the boxes and elbows formula, or would you like them to get back to more normal man principles, trust Castle, trust Champagne, trust Vassell, and then trust the alien you have back there to protect the rim?
I think we say boxes and elbows. I think, and when we pick Game 7, I'm gonna I might repeat this almost verbatim, but like when we look at the tail of the tape of this series, everything we wanted to do is working so far. Okay. SGA has his worst playoff series of his career. Chet has not showed up. J. Will and AJ, they are exempt from that. The only thing that I would say is, and this is a testament to OKC, is listen, Alex Caruso is shooting 40-something% from 3. Yeah. Respect to him, and Alex Caruso is a champion. Yeah. 2-time champion who's been in spots where if he's hitting those shots early in the series, I respect him enough to not give him that opportunity in Game 7.
I completely agree. Especially at home.
Especially at home. And I think if we say, yo, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, shit, Wemby if we got to, if Shea scored 50, we're not going to lose. If Shea scored 50, they got to get 45, 60 points somewhere else. But where it goes bad is if we are too far, and to answer your question directly, I want him to keep playing one-on-one a little more just because Castle's doing an amazing job. But we can stomach we can stomach a 45. Like, if he explodes, because, of course, this is a 2-time MVP. He hasn't played a great playoff game in weeks. He is due for one. If he's going to have one, it's going to happen in Game 7 at home. If Shea scored 45, you can win that game. Yeah. If Shea go for 45 and 10, you can win that game. But the game you can't win is Caruso with 15, Casey Wallace with 12, J. Will with 13. You can't win that game because Shea's going to get his. Yeah. And that is why it's time is a flat circle where it's like, bro, it's the LeBron defense, bro. Like and like LeBron fans look back on them Spurs on that second Spurs series, like, man, LeBron played so well. They averaged 30, Like, yeah, because go ahead,
yeah,
go be the best nigga in the world. Ray Allen can't dribble.
Yeah.
Shane Battier cannot dribble.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso, love him, cannot dribble. Casey Wallace, like, and all our wings are already great defenders. So I don't need to double and sell out to stop Shea, because if he goes off, you can stomach those points, and you still got the alien back there.
Understood.
So the easy stuff that you're really worried about usually with stars is him getting easies and then making the star plays. He not getting them easies when we down there anyway. So if we're just solid on everybody else, trust what has gotten you here.
Okay. I like that answer.
Yeah.
So as we kind of get to the end of this convo, my question to you about OKC, my final question to you is, has this changed how you feel about SGA? This series, this playoff run, has this changed how you feel about SGA?
Yeah, the jig is up. I'm sorry. The jig is up. I'm sorry, Reggie. The jig is up. It hasn't been a very negative episode. I'm sorry, Roby. I'm sorry, Stunner. The jig is up. It is over. You niggas running around pretending that that's Kobe Bryant. It's over, bro. That is the problem with this series. And of course the media backlash, and they're making the Operation Game Boards, and Jay Will got a new segment in the morning for Life Alert. All that is because not only is this the most watched playoff series, I think in like 20 years, or maybe since the Warriors, both of these fan bases are very small. If 10 million people are watching, conservatively, let's say 4 million are Spurs and Thunder fans. That's 6 million people watching who don't watch SGA, who don't watch the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they're watching for the first time. It's like, why does it look like this? Because the people you're comparing him to, just not even before we even get to Kobe and Mike, when we watched Steph in the Western Conference Finals, it did not look like this. LeBron, Jokic, Giannis, D-Wade. Anybody that the conversations that you put him in, it does not look like this, and it looks away when it's not just complaining. The Harden stuff was like, yeah, he grifting, but in the end, he get what he deserved, because you don't get them calls anyway, right? And he got it, and his career in the playoffs, it's like, damn, James Harden has a terrible playoff run as a man. SGA is on the brink of going to back-to-back finals, has been in 2 Game 7s, about to be a third, and you couldn't tell me a SGA playoff moment.
Other than 45 against the Suns or something.
Yeah.
But cool.
There's not been oh, shit. Like, Wemby has more playoff moments than Shea already. And it would be different if, like, he went from 31 at 55%. For you to crater to where you are now, and it's not just he's been shooting bad the last month. Once you go deeper, and let's shout out Nick Wright, who I fucking hate, but over 8 free throws a game. And 8 is 1 shooting foul a quarter. That is not flopping, falling, a bunch of that's aside from the conversation of the antics. If he gets more than 8 free throws, he shoots 50%, averages way more points. If he does not hit 8 free throws a game,
32 points a game on 49% shooting.
And that's with the 8.
Yes.
And if he doesn't get it, it's like
21 a game on 41% shooting.
21 a game on 41% shooting. And that is people's biggest frustration. That's my biggest frustration is we can't pretend it's not happening anymore. It is obviously a giant indicator of whether or not the Oklahoma City Thunder can beat the Spurs. Because without that floor, they cannot score. And that's been my most frustrating thing about SGA when having these conversations about him is SGA an all-time talent? Absolutely. Is he an all-time scorer? Absolutely. Is he the best mid-range shooter in the league right now? Probably. As a handle, as a big guard, probably one of the best big guard handles we have ever seen. But I know that's not Kobe. I know that's not Kobe. I watched Kobe play. So when For 2.5 years, niggas have been telling me that's Steph Curry, that's Kobe, that's Michael. This is the jig is up. He cannot play through the physicality that his team pushes out on other people, and that is people's biggest frustration is. If Oklahoma City is going to defend the way they are, SJ needs to change his game or start scoring more. You cannot be at 2001 Allen Iverson efficiency. It is a terrible look for SGA.
So I wouldn't say it's changed my look on SGA because I never thought SGA was who people were telling me he was.
That's fair.
Like you said, I watch Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I promise when I see Kobe Bryant, I will know it. Like when you see LeBron James, if you ever do again, you're gonna know.
Bro, that's what niggas be like, Paolo Banchero. Nick, did you see LeBron?
Nick, did you see fucking LeBron? That's not fucking. Stop it, please. Please. Like, Wemby is a perfect example like that right now. Everybody that watches basketball consistently is like, we are seeing some shit we have never seen in our lives before. Right. And when Wemby goes down as a top 4 player of all time, nobody's going to be surprised because at 22, we're watching the playoff line like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
With SGA, bro, what I have known about him, but what this series has shown me specifically is he does not have the tier of athleticism you need to be in that type of superstardom. Yeah. And obviously, you're going to bring up Steph and be like, well, neither does he. He can't shoot like Steph. Yeah. And that is the difference. He's not a great three-point shooter, and he's not extremely explosive. Right. He's a 6'5", 6'6", below the rim finisher. From 2000 to 2008, Kobe was punching on you. Yeah. Kobe was
on
punching
Dwight Howard, on Ben Wallace.
And he was every now and then, old man Kobe, 30-plus Kobe was still punching on you. Like, you remember the dunk in the 2011 season and the 2013 season on Gerald Wallace. And like that, he was still getting up there. You remember the alley-oop he caught in Game 6, I want to say, against the Celtics. Like, like, he was still getting up there.
Dan Fisher is the worst lob thrower in the NBA history.
Ever in the history of the NBA. Like, good thing he didn't play with Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin might have died playing with him.
That nigga would have been perfect for the Spurs. Dan Fisher wouldn't play with Wemby his whole life.
No cap. But I know what I watch when I watch those players. When I watch him and Steph is who I will specifically stick on because the Michael Jordan thing, just stop. Like, please, just stop it.
Okay? It was like, this is SGA best season. First person to do it since Mike. Wasn't even Mike best season. It was like one of Mike of his 5,
bro. Like,
best
this Michael thing, please stop. Like, nobody can touch him. But the Kobe thing is like nobody can touch him either. But like the armor isn't as strong on the argument with Kobe as it is with Mike. So I will entertain the Kobe thing because I saw the similarities. And his mid range is smooth as butter. One of the best we've seen since the KD, Kobe, Chris Paul era. So and Melo. So. and I know that SGA is a prolific scorer. I know that he is 30 a game every year for 3 straight years and a 20-point per game streak. But what you guys got to understand about that is we are in a new era of basketball. And this era is at a faster pace than it was in the 2000s, than it was in the 90s. The era is at it shoots more threes than it did in the 2000s than it did in the 90s. And
more heliocentric.
Yes, it's more heliocentric than it was in the 2090s. So like those 3 main factors play a ginormous part into why SGA's scoring numbers look like that in the regular season and why they look like they do when basketball gets back to how it's kind of always been played in the playoffs.
Exactly.
And why he goes from a 32, 33 a game score in the playoffs and in the regular season, and his playoff average is at 28 a game. Yeah. And this year his playoff average is at 26 a game. And that's because the physicality ramps up, the defenses collapse, and he's not the best finisher. I've seen him miss 3 or 4 fast break layups at the rim. Yeah. That don't happen with Kobe. That don't happen with D-Wade because those are punches. They slamming that shit. So I think this has changed the way people will view him and the conversations people will put him in. I don't think he would have to do something historic to crack that top 10 and be compared to Kobe and Steph again. Yeah. This is what that playoff run does for other people. But for me, I was never putting him in that conversation.
Let me ask you, is he best in the world after the series?
If he wins it, no. Like, I just think I've seen Wemby get at a higher level than he can. And this game can change a lot because if I see SGA go for 42, 12 for 18, 6 for the free throw line, and Wemby goes 36 and 15, and SGA's 42 wins him the game. I will say yes, he is the best player in the world for the rest of until next season because he's doing this without his second and third ball handler. But if Wemby has that game and wins, then I will say that is Wemby because his game was more impactful. Right. So to backtrack my answer very quickly, yes, he can still be the best player in the world, but that's the answer I was looking for. He cannot be if they have the same type of game, no matter the outcome, because I've seen Wemby's best be better than his. Right. So his best would have to be better than Wemby's in Game 7 for me to have that series, and then he would have to beat Jalen Brunson.
That's a fact.
But wait, I did want to push the conversation back to you because I waited a while before we touched on the fouls because I didn't want that to overshadow what's been a great series. So we will end the segment before we pick the series of the fouls. And how do you feel about the conversation around SGA and his falling and the fouls and the segment Jay Williams did this morning on Get Up, et cetera, et cetera?
I think it's completely fair. And before people be like, yo, you're just a Spurs fan, you hate SGA. Yes. But before the Spurs and the Thunder ever played, I think about 3 weeks ago, I came out here on this pod and to Reggie, shout out my boy Reggie. I said, listen, if I was a Thunder fan, I tell niggas, yeah, he foul baiting. Fuck it. And I feel like if he's going to continue to play that way, that's how he should feel. But at the same time, where a Thunder fan can be like, yo, I don't care, all other fan bases can be like, that's disgusting. And that is what you are seeing. You are no longer seeing like when they beat the Nuggets, it was Nuggets fan was like spilled milk. Rest of the NBA was like, it'll beat y'all anyway. Nobody really cares. My biggest frustration leaving this series, and I said this before Game 6, I really wasn't even hyped for Game 6 because I knew it was probably going to win Game 6. I was really just more frustrated worrying about how Game 7 is going to go, is that we do not know, no matter, and after this game, I will still feel the same way even if we win. I don't know. I feel like we were robbed of knowing if we could have flooded the Thunder. Because I feel like there are two different sports almost being played in the same series, where you see a game like Game 6 or Game 4. Yeah, where Game 4, where it's 10 free throws in the first half combined for both teams. And then the very next game, it's 40 free throws in the first half. Or it's no fouls in the first 5 minutes. We get on a TV timeout. By the time it's the 7-minute mark, both teams are in the bonus. That is what's so frustrating to me, is where it feels like the games where he is able to walk to the free throw line at will, people use that as proof that he can score whenever he wants. And I am looking at that same exact scenario with the complete opposite idea, where for 2 years, niggas ran around saying, yo, niggas just can't guard SGA. Stephon Castle can. Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama can guard SGA no matter, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's been 6 games of proof. Even the games where he gets his bags off, he's struggling to do it. But when you go to Game 5 on the road, Western Conference Finals, if before the game I tell you, or just any game, remove the teams, this person is the MVP of the league, averaging 33 points on 55%. And in the most important game of the season, Game 5, he's going to make 6 field goals. And in the fourth quarter of a tight game, be 1 for 5 with a turnover. You think, oh yeah, we got a great chance. Against OKC, he has 30. When you're like, that is the biggest frustration, is he's not taking the different shots. His aggression level doesn't change. And that is what, like, I love SGA because I'm quoting right here. Everything SGA does is consistent. SGA is going to get to his spots. SGA is going to shoot his shots. SGA, he's going to fall sometimes. But the difference in if that call is being made and if it is not being made should not determine who wins the series. And that has been that's been my thing, is like when we have Victor, it's kind of like having Shaq. It's kind of like having Steph in a way where it's like you have to cede or accept he is going to be fouled disproportionately than other people. And same thing goes with SGA. So it's so frustrating where in a perfect world, either you don't call him or you do. But the biggest problem is that there are games, like every single game, Wemby is fouled 30 times. There shouldn't be games where the calls made are SGA and Wemby are neck and fouls because they are not getting fouled equally. SGA will get fouled with the ball. SGA will get fouled with his handle. SGA will create fouls. Wemby's going to get fouled by 5 people every play. And that doesn't even take into account Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, and Casey Wallace. Not really Casey Wallace, because Casey Wallace is just an elite defender. But those two, it is a marked difference between being able to guard and play normal. And if we're not getting that whistle, we cannot compete. There has not been a game so far, and let me correct myself. Outside of game 1, which is, again, respect to Alex Caruso for being an NBA champion and make it on threes, if they cannot march to the free throw line, they cannot compete with this Spurs team. And that is what's so frustrating is all the ratings say. SGA has the worst plus minus in the playoffs. SGA has a worse plus minus than Luke Cornett right now. Wemby has the best plus minus. If you look at the bing for bing, the best player in this series has outplayed the other team's best player. The second option for the Spurs has outplayed the Thunder's second option. Everything has been what we wanted except for the bench, which is respect to them. But all them niggas are hurt now.
So, great fucking. What are you?
Monologue.
Thank you. Monologue. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Great monologue. I agree with a lot of what you said, macro-wise, but micro, the way you framed it, I disagree with some of those points. So I'm going to hit those quickly, and then we'll pick the series. But I don't think – let me start with this. I think the way SGA plays basketball is disgusting and bad for the NBA. Let me start there. Yeah. I do not think we should reward the ticky-tack fouls. I don't think we should reward the, oh, my God, I'm going to over-dramatize everything and I'm going to fall everything. Yes.
Harper in his chest and it's falling in half court.
That should not be rewarded. Yeah. And again, the most important point you got to hit on when you have these conversations is these are the best basketball players in the world.
This is the best NBA series since 1990.
If you tell them to stop doing something,
they will.
And the game will not be affected. It will only get better. Yeah. I promise. SGA isn't going to go from one of the greatest players we've ever seen, a top 25 player ever, to a bottom 17 player ever, because he can't ticky-tack foul his way to 30 points. Bro, come on. So I want to start there, but I don't like the way OKC plays. That's part of the reasons I'm rooting for the Spurs in Game 7, because I don't want to watch another 7 games of OKC and this bullshit style of basketball they play.
They're going to have to evacuate. They're going to storm the court. They're going to do something to SGA.
But I do think it is blown out of proportion in this series how much the fouling has affected the series. Because when you look at the series, the Spurs have shot 22 more free throws in the series than the OKC Thunder have. Wemby has shot 50 free throws. SGA has shot 54. So your two best players are around the same amount of free throws. Right. And I understand your point about Wemby is getting fouled more. And while that may be true, I don't know if Wemby is getting fouled in the shooting that much more than SGA is. Right. So that's why I'm just bringing the free throws and not total fouls drawn in that situation. So when I look at those two things and I look at Game 1 was a classic game. We don't even need to touch that. Game 6 was I'm tired of Game 5. We know this is Game 7, and they can win on the 20-year run, and we're kind of laying down. All right, so when we get to those middle games, the Game 2 was a blowout. SGA knew what he had to do what he had to do. OKC knew what he had to do. The role player stepped up. Game 3 is a game I'm really looking at, and that's the game that OKC won. The Spurs shot more free throws. Wemby shot 10. SGA shot 12. And it was a collective effort, and because, like you said, it's funny you said this, how you said they will lose a game is if Jalen Williams got 17.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a game that
was a game. He had
4 threes. Yes, everybody on the team I believe 7 players were in double figures that
Right.
game, and like 6 players were over 12 points.
Right.
So that is the type of style of basketball they can win without foul baiting. And it is possible. And we have seen them do it. We have seen classic moments in the series, classic games in the series. So I think the SGA foul baiting has overshadowed the great moments we have in the series. And I believe that's not your fault as a Spurs fan. That is the media's fault for being lazy in how they discuss basketball. Right. And they want to discuss things that are going to get clicks and not things that are going to educate the fan base. Right. So I think you should feel the way you feel. I think Spurs fans should feel like, bro, y'all is bullshitting us. Yeah. I've been watching the games like, dog, like, I don't have a rooting interest for real, and I'm annoyed at this shit. Right. So I don't want this to seem like the Spurs fans are tripping, because they're not. But I close with this. Although the ticky-tacky fouls are ticky-tack, they still are fouls. So them calling it is not wrong, is not preferred. And those are 2 different things. And I am on the side of it's not preferred. We should get rid of this game. We should get rid of this in the game, and I don't want to see this anymore. But until they make a statement, or until you just see it in play, like I kind of said, Adam Silver isn't really going to make a statement about the refs. If you just see it in the play in the finals or next season where they stop calling the ticky-tack fouls and we get to the next playoffs and it's completely different, you'll know they made the change. Yeah. But until they make that change, I can't blame them for calling the game how they call the game. Yeah. In closing, I know I just said in closing, but seriously in closing, where I do want to give you the most praise for your monologue is you have to be consistent. Yeah. If you're going to call ticky-tack fouls in game 1, call them in game 2 through 7. Exactly. If you're not going to call ticky-tack fouls in game 1, don't call them in 2 through 7. Exactly. It seems like every game they're having to adjust to how the refs are going to play. Right. And that's my fear, and that's your fear in game 7, is we're just going to come out and let the refs call fouls all game. Yeah. And even if it goes both ways, because it's what SGA does, it's going to play into his hands.
Exactly. And I definitely agree, like, Stephon Castle's fouling SGA. Dylan Harper's fouling SGA. Like, those on-ball, like, reaches and bumps and things like that, those, I want to clarify, I am not defending those. I don't think that the Spurs should be able to play with a level of physicality that the Thunder don't, because the Thunder are a very physical team. I will say, as a Spurs fan, my biggest frustration is, you know what's so funny? I don't even really think it's really SGA's fault anymore. I think everybody else is seeing all them other niggas do that shit, and they realize, oh, it's the whole team. Yeah. And it's not just him. Yeah. I think that is what the biggest thing is. Like, like people, like 76 fans, like, yo, Jerry McCain never did that here. Yeah. Like, he did not.
Like it's being taught.
Knicks fans like, Hartenstein did not do that. Yeah. And I think that is the biggest frustration, is where it feels like an organizational effort to try to see if we can, see if we can con our way into this dub.
Yes, con. I like that.
Like, where we're trying to, like, all right, we can try to compete, but, like, hey, if we can backdoor these niggas with the free throws, let's just do that anyway. Facts. Like, where you see Jalen Williams, like, bro, Jalen Williams is 7th nigga off the bench. Why are you kicking your legs out on threes? Like, why are you doing this, that, and the third? And lastly, on, like, the smallest micro level, the consistency is probably the most frustrating part about it, where some plays it's a foul, then 3 minutes later it's not a foul, and then SGA, everything is a landing space foul, but he does a landing space foul on Dylan Harper, who was just hurt, and it's not a foul. They don't call it. It is, or like game 2, like, I watched game 1, and I think I told you, because we fought after this. I was like, Isaiah Hartenstein can't play on the court. He can't play. He's too short. Doesn't shoot. He can shoot me photos as he wants, but he can't play because he can't guard Wemby. Well, he played 38 minutes in game 2 because if you allow him to grab and foul Wemby every single play,
which he was doing,
he can play, and that is the most frustrating thing. And I feel like that is why Wemby skipped the press conferences, because I feel like he is so frustrated because it's games he's not able to play. He is not able to play game 2. Like, if you're gonna say we can only call so many, and it's 100 possessions in a game, if Isaiah Hartenstein's gonna hold him 70 possessions, and that's what I think that's what's so frustrating is, it would be less on. It's not even on offense. Wemby catching the ball, going to the rim, getting contact, that I don't care about. The SJ's bringing the ball down the court, so I'm going to tackle Wemby into the front row, or we're grabbing his arm, or we're grabbing his leg, fam. Like, y'all niggas are playing with incredible fire. Like, and it was a little bit into the Timberwolves series, like, fam, if Wemby goes up for a block and one of you niggas grab his arm, or like how Chet like hooked his shit and was trying to pull him down, fam, if Wemby get hurt doing that shit, nobody's having fun anymore. Adam Silver's getting rid of all of that shit. Because you can't, bro. And it was the same thing they did with Steph, where it was like, all right, y'all need to be careful. Because if Steph come out here and break his ankle on one of these closeouts, it's going to be a rule. And the first time Steph got hurt, there was a landing space rule when he came back. Whether those things are correlated or not. But, like, that is my biggest frustration, where it's like, dog, I just want everybody, like, if you foul somebody and they call a foul, fairs. But it's kind of like they're counting cards at the casino, where it's like the refs can only call so many fouls. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, cool. And the answer to that is the answer to Spurs fans is like, yeah, Carter Bryant, go get that nigga, bro. Yeah. And I'm fine living in that world.
Agreed. So let's do 3 keys and pick the series, man.
Yes, sir.
It is that time. This will be our TikTok. But let's get into it, man. Game 7 Saturday night. Good morning to all. Game 7 Saturday night. 3 keys to victory for the Spurs, for Ish. Sir. 3 keys for victory for OKC for me, and then we will pick the series. Yeah. Ish, 3 keys for victory for the Spurs, and your pick.
I'm going to spend the most time on the first one. This last two is going to be really, really quick. Listen, Wemby, it's that time. It's that time. I don't care what foul is called. I don't care what overturned ruling. I don't care what challenge. I don't care who we got to go through. I don't care who we got to dunk on. I don't care who we got to block. You want to be the greatest player ever. This is Game 7 with a dynasty on the ropes, missing their 2 best players. You are right there. Game 1, you showed you can dominate this team without De'Aaron Fox. Game 7, you will have De'Aaron Fox, and you need to dominate from 1 to 48. Now, my second 2 keys, I told you it was going to be quick. Game 2, De'Aaron Fox. I already mentioned you. I have 100% faith in you. I need 25 to 22 points. I know they did it backwards. Who cares? Lastly, Julian Champagnie, Devin Vassell. One of y'all got to come to play. Champagnie, Vassell has been amazing, but Champagnie and Vassell hitting threes are the difference between the Spurs being unbeatable and the Spurs struggling to score.
All righty. So, 3 keys for OKC, man. And number 1, get your shooters involved early. I believe their path to victory is to win the 3-point shooting matchup. Yeah. So get Caruso open looks, get Kaysen open looks, get Williams open looks. Get your shooters open looks early so they're comfortable late in game. Number 2, continue to be physical with Wemby. Do not let him get started early. Push him out the paint. Don't let him get comfortable. Don't let his post-ups get comfortable. Double him as much as possible early in the game so you have a frustrated Wemby in the second half that is pressing the gas. Lastly, this is the most important, and it is to one man only, and that is the MVP. You have to have your moment. It has been 2 years, and you have won a championship. You have 2 MVPs, and we are still looking for that playoff moment deep in the series, deep in the playoffs. We do not have it yet. This is your time to show up. I'm looking for 35. I'm looking for 40 and 10 assists. I am looking for greatness because that's what you have shown us you are. Prove it. SGA. Your pick.
Who's the best player in the world, Rob?
In my opinion, right now, the best player in the world is Victor Wembanyama.
Game 7. First Game 7, 22 years old. He walked into a winner-go-home game versus Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, and was crying after because he thought they should have won. You think y'all should win? Show me Wemby. I got the Spurs, and I got the Spurs by, let's say, 7.
All righty. I have a close game, back-and-forth game, all game. But I do believe Ish's philosophy of going with the best player in the series is where I'm leaning towards as well. I have the Spurs winning Game 7, which is what Ish told you earlier I've had since April. Yeah. The Spurs will win the series in 7 games, Victor Wembanyama will win the conference finals MVP off a 35-20 game 7. I expect greatness from Wemby.
And we got this in the TikTok. Does he cry if he gets the Western Conference Finals trophy?
He doesn't cry because of the trophy. He cries after this game, though. Okay. No matter what, win or lose, he's going to cry. Yeah. He's just that type of player. He cares that much.
I love that.
So that was amazing, bro. I'm so excited for Game 7. There is nothing better.
I won't sleep tonight.
I know you won't. I know you won't. There's nothing better than the Game 7, in my opinion, in sports. Like, the Super Bowl is one thing, but like, I damn near like the conference championship more than the Super Bowl some games because of like the pageantry and things of that nature. It's just the Super Bowl feels so theatrical. It feels like a fake damn near. It's so theatrical. You know
what? Conference championship, you at home or you on the road.
Yeah. That plays a lot. That plays a lot into it, bro. That plays a lot into it, and I absolutely still agree with kind of the Super Bowl should be played at it. Like, it shouldn't be. I know why it's not, but like it kind of should be played at the team's home stadium. It would change it forever.
My thing is, like, you paid $60K for the ticket. I'm sure you could fly to Baltimore.
Like you feel me? But man, I am excited for Game 7. No greater 2 words in sports in Game 7. Let's get it done, man. Spurs. I'm truly rooting for you. So. Y'all thought we were done with basketball. We're not, but we will take a quick break. You guys won't know that because we're doing a podcast, but we'll be right back. And now it's time. Because you know what I got to chant. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Nelson. Yeah. Go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. The new Bing Bong! The New York Knicks are going back to the finals for the first time in 27 years. Wow. They have the chance to win their first championship since 1973. They filled the 90s with heartbreak from missed finger rolls and torn Achilles and cold Game 7s. They filled the 2000s with misery and horrible teams.
The ghost of Tracy McGrady.
They filled the 2010s with a fake run from Carmelo Anthony and nothing else.
And then trading 2 of their starters to the team that beat them.
And then a 6'1" point guard.
Yes, sir.
By the name of Jalen Brunson. Gets traded from the Dallas Mavericks. And everybody is like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. We wanted Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we wanted
who ain't been out the second round since.
We wanted Donovan Mitchell.
We wanted Donovan Mitchell, who we just swept. We wanted Kyrie Irving, who's been hurt every year since then. And Jalen Brunson and his buddies from Villanova, Mikal Bridges, and Dante DiVincenzo, and who's the other one I missing? Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, yeah.
They come together. And Minnesota's like, hey, this ant-cat thing isn't working. So New York picks up the phone and say, hey, you're not Kevin Durant. Yeah. But you can't shoot that 3.
Oh, God. Yes, sir. Big body.
Let me get Cat over here. Let me keep Mitchell Robinson. Let me get Julius Randle out of here. And you know what? I know Tibbs has gotten us farther than we've gotten in a long time, but he's not the coach for us. Let me go hire the guy that's coached Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and Mike Brown is hired. And 1 year, year 1, the New York Knicks have stamped their ticket to the finals in the most historic fashion we have ever seen. No hyperbole.
Let's clap it up for the Knicks.
Wow. It's your just reaction to the city of New York and their fans finally getting to the promised land.
It's I'm gonna leave the little section of Knicks fans. We all know who I'm talking about. It's beautiful to see, honestly. Basketball is better when the Knicks are good.
Yep.
We're gonna get an NBA Finals in Madison Square Garden.
Insane.
It's amazing. Mike Brown, I love him for Mike Brown for years. I was a Mike Brown guy. When he was on the Warriors, I wanted him to be the coach instead of Steve Kerr. I love Mike Brown.
Yes.
Shout out to him for having success in Sacramento, getting another chance in New York. But I think my immediate reaction from this, which is going to be weird, is Cat praise more than Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
And Jalen Brunson, of course, is the star. He's been playing crazy, and he's good, the lead guy. But Cat essentially changing his skill set overnight.
Yeah.
To fit a new system in the playoffs, and he has hit the ground running. He's playing amazing. He's playing focused, locked in. People were wondering, was Cat checked out? He's locked in now.
Yes,
I can tell you.
Yes,
and he's playing some of the best basketball of his career. everything so far they have done, I have just positive praises for. I don't want to get too much into Zayton because I'm sure we'll get a little bit to that later. But
man, I'm just so happy for New York, man. Y'all know that's my home away from home, bro. Right. I love New York more than anything. I will be in New York July 11th to see my boy Sean Carter do what he do. He actually will be in Philly this weekend. I don't think they're going to live stream it, and if they do, I'm trying to figure out if I want to watch it or if I want to wait until Saturday. Yeah. But, you know, I waited to July 11th. I said Saturday like that was in 2 weeks or something. But man, I am so happy for New York Knicks fans. Yeah. And I'm not talking about
except Nelson.
I'm not talking about the fake New York Knicks fans. Yeah. It's some Knicks fans that can name you the 2002 roster.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Them Knicks fans, like the Spike Lees of the
Quincy AC Knicks fans,
the Quincy AC Knicks fans, the Steve Novak Knicks fans, the Joe Buddens of the world, the Fat Joes of the world, the Keys, the Nelsons of the world. Timothy Chalamet of the world, like those fans, I truly am so happy for it. It is nothing like seeing your team win, and not only win stress free.
Dominant.
Like you've been stressed as fuck this playoff.
They've been off for like 4 days now.
These motherfuckers ain't had a sweaty series yet. The closest thing they had to a problem was CJ McCollum.
Yeah, and the Hawks. Yeah,
like so.
Shout out CJ McCollum.
I am genuinely so happy for the Knicks, but I want to give credit to Jalen Brunson for one, taking a pay cut to build a team around him. Two, not having any ego when Mike Brown said, "Hey, we need to take the ball out of your hands if we want to win the championship."
Right.
And three, for being the most clutch player in the NBA. And if he's not one, he's 2 or 3 behind SG and Ant. And what a class to be in. So just an amazing, a well-built team. It's very funny that we've been watching the NBA and we said, hey, the NBA is going to guards. The NBA, you need long wings, you need guys that can shoot, and then you need a lead guard or a lead big to lead you to the way. Yeah. And we didn't realize the Knicks probably built the second best version of that outside of OKC.
Yeah, that's the thing. Knicks starting lineup has been gassed.
Yes. So I am happy for them. Yeah. We have plenty of finals talk to do, and then we have an entire finals to review. So this will be quick 10 minutes. Do you give the Knicks a chance to win the finals, whether they play the Spurs or OKC? And give me who you think they would match up better with.
I think they match up way better with OKC. Right now, no Jalen Williams, no A.J. Mitchell. Of course, A.J. Mitchell was a question, but Jalen Williams is not going to play. He just re-injured his hamstring tomorrow. I think having Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, all the people, OG Anunoby, that you can throw at SGA is going to help them. And I think Cat wins the Chet matchup. I genuinely do. They're a deep team. They have a bunch of experience with Mike Brown. I think they match up with OKC so much better. I would give them, let's say, a 40% chance with OKC.
Okay.
Genuinely. I don't think they could beat the Spurs. Obviously, I'm a Spurs fan, so it is some bias in there. If it was 95, I'm going to clear that out to make it 100. But I think that is the worst possible matchup for this Knicks team because there is not a player on the Spurs that is under 6'6". There just isn't.
So I think they should want to play San Antonio. I think San Antonio is a better matchup, but I do think they can beat both of these teams. Okay. Not only do I think they can, I believe they will. So I'm saying to you right now, I do think whoever comes out of the West, the Knicks will win the championship. Jalen Brunson will get his Finals MVP and join Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry as the only small guards to lead their teams to a championship. When a team has just destiny on their side, when a team has momentum on their side, and when a team is dominant, I just believe what I am watching. And the Knicks have played and looked like the best team in the playoffs. So I'm just going to ride with that and believe that's who they are, and I'm going to say they win the finals no matter who they play. Why I say they match up with San Antonio better is, one, the lack of experience in San Antonio. That really does play a part into my pick in that. Two, I don't take no credence to the 2-1 record against them in the regular season. You played them well. You played them in a championship game that Wemby clearly wanted to win, and you were able to get
He's
the
probably
best
pissed
of him.
about it.
Yeah, type shit. Like, you were able to get the best of him. Yeah. And three, the thing that has been the fun chessmat that Mark Dagnall has been playing with the Spurs is he's trying to get Wemby as far away from the paint as possible.
Right.
The best way to do that is to go small. And the best part about the Knicks lineup is their small lineup matches the Spurs small lineup. So the Spurs small lineup is Fox, Harper, Castle, and then one of Vassell, Johnson, Arch, Penny.
Right.
And then obviously Vic at the 5.
Yeah.
The Knicks lineup is Brunson, Mikal, OG, Hart, and Cat.
Mm-hmm.
That is a perfect lineup to match up with the Spurs, and that lineup brings Wemby out of the paint, and it helps you not be able to. You're not as worried about the shot blocking threat. You still have to worry about it because he's able to get from the 3-point line to the paint in a step and a half. So you still have to worry about it, but it is the most effective way to combat the threat and the unheard of and unreal threat that he faces. So those reasons, I think they match up better for him. And then lastly, I do think Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the world. I think next year he will solidify it with the MVP in the regular season and Defensive Player of the Year. He'll win everything next year, and he'll solidify it, no question. And it'll be like when we look back on his career from 23 to 30, it was no question for 7 years he was the best player in the world. That's how his career will look. But this year, where I do think he's the best player in the world, I do trust Jalen Brunson more in the fourth quarter.
That's true.
I don't think the Spurs are so much better than the Knicks to the point where every game would be a blow. Every game they win, per se, will be a blowout. Right. I do think if there's 6 games, just say 7, if there's 7 finals games, 5 of them will be close. Right. And in those games, I trust Jalen Brunson more with the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter. And to go even smaller, more micro, in a game 7, there's no question. I am trusting Jalen Brunson with the ball more in his hands in the fourth quarter than I would any of the guards on the Spurs. And the Vic just not having a go-to move really scares me. And the physicality that they're bitching Chet with, that they're bitching Chet with, they're not going to do that to Mitchell Robinson, Cat, and Josh Hart. They're just not. So
see that's where I disagree.
So
I think
that's my reasoning. But let me say this to close. I won't go deep into OKC. For everything you said, I absolutely think they can beat OKC.
1,000. I think they can seriously beat OKC. I think they will have a chance to beat OKC even if AJ Mitchell comes back.
Agreed.
The reason I worry about the Knicks versus the Spurs is because I don't think Wemby plays a minute on Cat. I genuinely don't. I think Devin Vassell is going to guard Cat. I think Stephon Castle is going to guard Cat, kind of like they did with Julius Randle. And I think he's going to guard Josh Hart. And I think Josh Hart is, I don't want to give him the Draymond tag because that's a big tag. Mm-hmm. But Josh Hart is their Draymond. Yes. Josh Hart is the engine in a way because Jalen Brunson is not like a up and down, fast flying guy. Jalen Brunson is, very methodical. But Josh Hart, his strength is offensive rebound, hustle plays, but he is not I don't think he's Alex Caruso stealing shooting wise. Okay. I don't think he's going to shoot 40% and hit a bunch of threes. And I think that is going to be a shell shock for the rest of that offense because and to the Spurs' credit, because of course we could lose tomorrow and we'll never know. But every single playoff series that I've watched, it's a completely different team they're playing. Every time I watch them play OKC versus how OKC played the Lakers, it looks like a completely different team. Okay. Because everything they are comfortable with, you are not allowed to do with Wemby on the court. And I feel like everything Shea is dealing with, Brunson will deal with, and he's not 6'6", and I don't think he's good as Shea.
Okay, that's a fair point, and I actually really love that point. The difference in what Brunson will deal with and what Shea is dealing with, though, is I think they don't care about the role players on the Thunder. On the Thunder. I don't think you can have that luxury with the Knicks. OG Anunoby's a real ball player. OG Anunoby, I love Alex Caruso. He's not Alex Caruso. He's not Jalen Williams, the other one. He's not Lou Dort, who's getting played off of the court because they're losing every minute that he's on the court. Mikal Bridges, same thing, who has, since that middle of the Hawks series, he's been a different player. Yeah. He's not the same thing. Karl Anthony Towns, your idea to guard Vassell or to put Castle on him, it sounds good in theory, but Cat has post moves. Cat isn't Chet. Cat isn't any of these other bigs. Cat can play in the post. Cat made a living off of the post early in his career. So whereas you're going to say, we're going to put Cat in the post, and then they're going to double with Wemby, I think that puts Wemby and the Spurs defense in a disadvantaged consistently.
Right.
And I think that's what you're trying to avoid in playoff series is getting in a disadvantage. So I think to create the advantage, your best bet is to let Vic guard Cat and still let him be the help big because you don't have to double in that case because Cat isn't going to post up Vic. So you're going to hope that the only way they're able to get Cat involved in this offense outside of the point forward role is for him to shoot threes and him to take Wemby off the dribble, which you have the favorable matchup doing that.
Yeah.
So that is why I would say they wouldn't do that.
I like
for
that a lot. I think the only reason I would the only reason I had that idea is because putting Vassell more Vassell than Castle because Vassell's bigger than Castle wingspan wise. I'm pretty sure is being able to switch any Jalen Brunson Cat PNR too.
Okay.
Because if Cat put some weight in his pockets and he go down on that block, give us 28 and 10, I shake that nigga hand.
Yeah, fair.
But if we switch on every single PNR, won't be no threes.
Nope.
Won't be no Jalen Brunson middies. So it's definitely a chess match, and that's Mike Brown. I have so much respect for Mike Brown. If I was a Spurs fan,
defensive coach.
Yeah, that's where he cut his teeth. And if I was a Spurs fan, I would be 20-80 on that. But as a Spurs fan, and I feel like, fam, if Wemby get through the Thunder, bro, it's his, bro. Like first finals in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. That was my last point for the Knicks. Fatigue.
Yeah.
The Knicks have have not played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
The
Spurs fuck is Mitchell Robinson.
Have played. I don't know. He had like some mental health issues, seriously, and they won't even disclose why he broke his pinky. So I think he's just like going through something. Yeah. But I don't know why I whispered that. But sorry. But
it was very respectful. It was very respectful for sure.
But fatigue. This is the most basketball player every star player on the Spurs has ever played, including De'Aaron Fox, who's a veteran. It's the most basketball they've ever played. They get to the finals, that record continues to grow. The Knicks have not played a lot of basketball. Right. They have 2 sweeps under their belt, and they have a 6-game series under their belt, and they are well rested. They will have 5-6 days of rest going into game 1 of the finals.
Right.
And this isn't like the conference finals where everything is every other game. Like the Spurs just had to come off of playing. So that also plays into why I would pick the Knicks against both of these teams because they both have to deal with the fatigue.
Fair.
And then closing on the Knicks, they're the first team in NBA history to close out a team by 30 points 3 separate times.
Yeah.
They beat the Cavs by 37 in game 4. And their average of margin of victory in closeout games dropped because of how big, because they beat the Philly by 40 and the Hawks by 50. Yeah. So the 37 dropped their average.
They've been rocking. They have for sure been rocking.
And Brunson is the first person to average 26-6 over an 11-game win streak in the playoffs since Steph Curry, and the only other guard to ever do it is Kobe Bryant. Yeah. So incredible class joining 2 of the 6 greatest players ever.
Right.
So in closing, I say, I was about to say one more thing. Oh my God, it just lost my mind. I think it'll probably come back to me. But I had one more stat I was about to say. But yeah, in closing, man, I really do believe in the Knicks. Yes. This is sometimes I like in segments and I'll look at it and I'm like, I've been lying the whole time. I just needed to do content. I really do believe the Knicks will beat the finals, win the finals. But this is my caveat: the Spurs have a better chance of beating them than OKC does. I really don't think OKC can beat them.
I don't think so.
Unhealthy, healthy, I probably would pick on OKC. Unhealthy, I do not think OKC can beat them. Bro. The Spurs, I absolutely think can because I do think Vic is the best player in the world and can just do whatever he kind of wants on some given day. So, but I'm so happy for the city of New York. So happy for the city of New York. And I'm going to be so mad when I remember what I wanted to say.
I think I do want to sneak this in at the very end. Shout out to everybody who's made it this far. I think that Knicks shit is fake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that shit is super fake.
So this is why I can't say it's fake because one, the Spurs' path to the conference finals was a Portland team who was the worst team in the playoffs and a hurt Minnesota team.
Right.
The OKC's path was the second worst team in the playoffs and a hurt Lakers team without their two best players for half the series and a 41-year-old LeBron. So neither one of their paths have been tough. They're just now playing in a tough series. Yeah. Secondly, if you tell me their path is easy, then they just showed it. So it's like great teams would win in that fashion. So if they were on an easy path and each series went 6 games, they won each game, it was close, that would be one thing. Right. They are dominating these teams.
That's for sure.
So even if you're saying their path is easy, they're playing like a great team on an easy path. Facts. Is my point.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like you're correct in saying that. I feel like they look like a 3 seed that played a 6 seed, 7 seed in the Hawks. I agree that they have dominated from start of the playoffs till now.
April 23rd was their last loss.
Yeah, like they from
crazy.
From the start of the playoffs till now, they have like if you never watched basketball before, you would think this is the best team. I do not think this is one of the best NBA teams ever. I don't think this is one of the best finals like streaks ever. I understand as a team, they deserve to be in the finals, 1,000%. Mm-hmm. Knicks fans, you deserve to be excited, and I think they can win the championship versus OKC, which will be their first, I don't say real series, but their first competitive series. Like, who's the best player they've played so far?
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, who will be their second best player they played this year? Embiid on one leg?
Tyrese Maxey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're Minnesota.
But who's the best player Wemby played outside of SGA?
Her aunt would be the best player in the East today.
No, he wouldn't. He would be better than Cade.
I'm in the playoffs, I mean.
Cade was in the play. Oh, well, the best player that they play, nah, her aunt isn't better. That version of her aunt is not better than Donovan Mitchell. That boy was hurt for real. He was hurt. He was really hurt.
See, and
he was hurt, bro.
That's fair, but like Donovan Mitchell, like that's my thing. All right. So first,
and you know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. So like, you don't got to convince me of what you're saying about Donovan Mitchell.
And I just want to I don't want people to think I'm just hating on the Knicks because of course
you are.
Is it like I am? They deserve to be where they are. I don't want to get up in the morning and see a graphic of Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and OG Anunoby next to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and then Kobe and Shaq. Like they are on an amazing run, absolutely. But this being the most dominant playoff, like people, this is better than Dirk's run. Fam, I don't think they played a top 20 player yet. Legit, have they played a top? Like, you went from C.J. McCollum.
So no in that series.
Jalen Johnson had his worst playoff series.
He's not top 20 yet.
Jalen Johnson, terrible in that series. Embiid physically could not walk. And Tyrese Maxey has never won anything in the NBA for me to believe he deserves to be in the conference finals.
He might be a top 20 player, but it's like 18, 19.
If he's right there, you're really arguing. It's like, game 20 better than Tyrese, like some shit like that. And then in the conference finals, like
Donovan Mitchell's top 20. I'm gonna give him that.
That's but James Harden and Donovan Mitchell.
But like, it's still James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. But
and that's a team we've seen you beat already. That is not good enough already. And they didn't even. I don't even know if they lost because Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen are not playing in the finals. Sorry,
bro. Like I tried to tell y'all that. Anyway, I looked at y'all in the face and said, "Do y'all really think Evan Mobley is going to be a champion? Like, is that the NBA you think you live in?"
Jared Allen's a 6'9" big who can't shoot and is not physical. What? Like, no. Like, I respect to Knicks for handling business and handling business emphatically and blowing the doors off all them niggas. And again, Knicks fans, I want to preface by saying I'm a Spurs fan. I am open to being wrong. I think they get their shit rammed by the Spurs.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's no finals that gets rammed. I think either way we're in for a 6-7 games finals, in for a great series. I don't think the Spurs have the experience to run through anybody. It takes a lot of experience. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot to run through somebody. And they didn't even sweep the Timberwolves, who were a half a team.
Well, every game Wemby played, I mean, he missed one whole game, and he didn't play that game. And then I forget what other game they won.
They won game 1.
Oh, yeah, they won a game. Respect to Ant. But, like, after game 1, that is a gentleman's sweep outside of Wemby getting elbowed. And in this Thunder series, I mean, it's the fucking Thunder. Like, that, I feel like that's the way I looked at it going is, like, fam, if we beat the Thunder, bro, we can for sure throttle the Knicks because I don't think the Knicks are as good of a matchup for the Spurs as the Timberwolves were if they were fully healthy.
Now that I agree with, but you know how I feel about the Timberwolves. Yeah. I feel like if we do a ranking of the best teams in the NBA fully healthy, it would go Spurs, OKC, whatever order, and then San Antonio, New York, and San Antonio, New York would be right after that for me. Right. So, excuse me, Minnesota and San Antonio, and Minnesota, New York would be right after that for me. So I think those are best 4 teams in basketball. I believe a healthy Minnesota team was a championship team, despite having Julius Randle on that team. Yeah. So I agree with you that there is a potential that the Minnesota Timberwolves could have been a better matchup, but I think there's a potential Minnesota Timberwolves are a better team than OKC as well. So
we came in here and was like, yo, I thought if they beat the Spurs, they was winning the championship.
Yes.
And I don't want to disrespect Cat because as I said in the beginning, I love the way Cat has matured as a player and learned this new role. Fam, yo, respect to that nigga, bro. Like, he's gonna get that Chet treatment, bro.
I don't think so, bro. I think Cat is in a different space. I think Cat is in a different space. And let's pause this. Let's get back to this next week when we have the finals, because we'll jump on after Game 7. We'll jump on Zoom probably on Monday to like give a preview episode, and then we'll do an episode next week, but late in the week. But after Game 1, so let's hold that off on that Knicks talk because I'm excited. And we'll try to get Nelson back in for the Knicks first finals game. So moving on from basketball for a while. I was going to talk about the tanking thing, but we did an hour and a half, and I don't think people care that much about the tanking thing. I disagree with it. I think it's stupid. That's my point.
I don't like rules niggas not going to enforce. You're not going to take nobody's first round pick. Don't bluff.
You're just fucking talking. Yeah, I'm not finding somebody $10 million.
I want somebody to call that nigga bluff. I want somebody to call that nigga bluff. No cap. I want to see the next call that nigga bluff. We going to tank, but still be like the 5th worst seed. Like, bring all your starters back to last 2 weeks.
But, so I disagree with the tanking thing, but who cares? So, I do want to ask, because OTAs is back. How you feeling about football, man?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful,
excited,
man.
Bro.
I saw a redraft in the NFL, and Drake May went first. I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, he's almost there. Well, Patrick Mahomes got hurt, so why not? Like, I had so much hope in the air. Niggas are saying the Patriots don't want to give him a first, so we gonna cut the price up on him. So I'm excited, man. But they said Patrick Mahomes is at OTA.
What does that mean? So like in what capacity? Because what the fuck, bro? That nigga's a superhuman, bro. Oh my god, bro. But he's amazing, bro. I feel it in the air, bro. I feel that out of spring training, that summer practice is coming around, bro. I'm seeing stat sheets from the Brown practice about who got most throws.
Deshaun Watson and Shador Sanders red zone.
Deshaun Watson threw 6 touchdowns. Yo. Deshaun Watson had 2 hat tricks in practice the other day, gang.
Cause they clipped the video. Okay, look, they said this nigga running off the pocket at 8 on 8. This nigga running off the pocket. There's no rush. It's 7 on 7, guys.
Oh, man. Nah, that shit crazy. Yeah. You know people be feeding for football because a video of Lamar Jackson walking to practice got 2 million views. Yeah. He's just walking. He ain't doing nothing. They ain't say hi to the camera. Just putting on his quarterback sleeve, walking down the hill. Like, niggas so ready for this.
Up to OTAs? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people do that.
Niggas so ready for this shit, bro.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Jackson Dart. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
I ain't gonna lie, Jackson Dart. Yo, whoever's in that corner, fam, that's either knowing your brand or not caring. Like either
it's no in between. Yeah, it's no in between.
It's either like, you know what? I went to Ole Miss. I played for the New York Giants. John Harbaugh
was my coach.
Yeah, John Harbaugh loves Donald Trump. Why not? Like, yeah. Or it's like, did you watch the video and hear him struggle through those 3 sentences?
No, I did not. I won't give it the time.
Fam.
I should have though.
You could hear him try to remember which numbers he was. He said the 45th and the 46th, 7th. Like, did nobody write this down for him? Did nobody write this down for you? Like,
he can't read, nigga. No. He went to Ole Miss, nigga. No. Nobody wrote shit down for him. Like, dog, it was a bunch of pictures.
Dog, that shit looked insane. You know what it is? And you probably will know this term because of your connections, but Jackson Dart is the golden retriever friend. You know how niggas be like, yo, I need a girl with a golden retriever. He is just up there like, yo, it's my, like, I'm so happy to be here. Like why is Abdul mad? Like, what? I guess never asked it. Like, he has no fucking clue.
No clue, bro. And shout out to Abdul Carter for standing his ground at the press conference today on Twitter. Like, shout out to him for holding his ground. I do respect that. Obviously, there's Trump supporters in the NFL. If you've ever looked at anything the NFL has ever done, you would have known that.
Listen, don't ask who your favorite quarterback voted for. Don't you fucking dare.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. That includes you, Baltimore fans. But I'm just playing. He absolutely didn't vote.
Lamar don't know how to vote. Lamar don't know how to vote.
Don't have a fucking clue. Lamar don't know nothing but play football. But I just think it was disappointing, and as the face of a franchise, you can't do that. And just for those of you that are confused, Donald Trump is not a normal president. Yeah. He is a divisive figure, a figure of hopelessness, a figure of fear, a figure of hate. Yeah. So it is just not about him going to introduce a president. Yeah. I promise if fucking Jeb Bush, I don't know why that was the first Republican I thought of, but if Jeb Bush was a president and he introduced him somewhere, I don't think people would really care that much. Right. And on the other end, if Bernie Sanders was president and somebody introduced him, I don't think people would care that much. It's just the fact that who the figure Donald Trump is. Mm-hmm. It is the same thing as getting up and going to introduce R. Kelly at the local jail thing. Like, you're going to look that crazy. Why that was my example, I don't know. But I got a friend I miss. But
I say, he missed him. But yeah, Jackson Dart, bro, like, I feel like Michael Jordan was the best at this, and people hated Michael Jordan for this, bro. Like, just like, why are you picking a side, bro? Just stop. Like, why alienate all those people? You look dumb. You look dumb, bro. You look dumb. And like, that's the thing. And I feel like this across the board. And some people feel differently. Like, I know Jackson. I don't want to. You know what? People are doing it. I know Jackson Dart stupid. I'm not looking at Jackson Dart for my political compass.
You feel
like
me?
Who I should be. Like, oh no, Jackson Dart. Like, what? Maybe I got this thing all wrong. Like, if Jackson Dart sees no, bro. Like, just stay out the way. You won 3 starts last year. You won 3 starts.
You doing too much, bro.
Yo,
you doing too much.
You won 3 starts and got hurt twice.
So, and that's where I end on the NFL talk. Yeah. I cannot wait.
Oh,
I can't.
No.
Wait.
It's over for me. It's over for me.
You thought I was happy watching Josh Allen in the playoffs last year. A part of me loved Josh Allen. A part of me wanted Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl. So it hurt me a little bit that he did that. This Giants shit I'm finna watch him play.
That Giants hate watch?
I
cannot
wait.
Jackson Dart?
Woo! I cannot wait, boy. When it's week 10 and they 2-8, and John Harbaugh at the presser talking about this, who got it better than us? Like, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Them niggas gonna be 3-9 heading into Philadelphia. It's gonna be the only game on my screen. It's gonna be the only game on my screen. It's gonna be the only game on my screen. I'm gonna watch every snap of that bitch, bro. And it like that. And, I thought this was what you was gonna say. Boy, I can't wait for them to get a hold of you, boy. I can't. You think NFL players didn't see that? You don't think the Seahawks defense saw that? You don't think you don't think Jordan Carter was like, oh, that's how you feel? Okay, all right. Nigga, Abdul Carter mad, he on your team. Nigga, imagine what the other niggas are thinking. Like, leave that pocket if you want. Leave that
boy.
We're gonna see if he learned last year, because he did it. He left the pocket last year versus the Patriots. They was on the sideline. Like, is that nigga alive? Like, listen, I bet he slide this year.
Well, let's see, man. Yeah. But let's hit some entertainment things first. Let me ask you this, man, before we don't drake everybody up, Paul. So we won't start there. Actually, let me go through some music real quick. Latto. Ooh. Wow. I'm not posting this because I'm not going to give you a day after review of a Latto album because I have some dignity. So I'm going to post it on TikTok. But I'm telling y'all, that shit's crazy. I listened to a Latto album at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Big Mama.
Shawty.
Like, that bitch, she is so fun. I'm sorry, 21. I didn't mean to call her.
No, boy, she is so fun. I saw Charlene sent me a song. It had a crazy sample to it. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me play the first 2-3 songs. I didn't turn the album off. Yeah. Like, every song just was quick. It was concise. She is rapping her ass off. Have you heard the song with 21 everybody sent in the chat?
Yeah.
Boy,
I like
she is rapping, bro. Latto's cold, bro. Latto's the best female rapper out, in my opinion. She is cold. The album is incredible, and I'm excited to see what Doechii come this year to see put them 2 albums against each other.
Don't worry, in 8 more months, her, Megan Thee Stallion, and all of them gonna be beefing. we're right on schedule. Like I said,
Hey,
we literally said, "Yo, Latto's gonna drop a crazy album.
We showed
Josie gonna disappear, work on her album, and then they gonna pop out. They're gonna be at the top. There's gonna be some tension. I can't wait."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, also, Black dropped the album.
Yes,
we did briefly discuss that, but I wanted to dive more into that today because that album is really good. And I said this when we were reviewing it. It's such a Love Is a New Gangster by Black.
Yeah.
It's such a cohesive sound in this album, and it really is so. It's warm. Like, it feels warm.
A little boppy, too.
Yeah, it feels boppy. The pop bop, I guess, on there, I really like. Ashton the Blunt has a little pop bop to it as well. And so the features all showed up to play. Thug, 2 Chainz, Leon, As Cheek, Mariva, Quinn, and Odile. I'm just playing AZCK. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. I don't really know. Joey Badass fucked that up. But how did you feel about the project?
I really enjoyed it just as a standalone listen, kind of.
Yeah.
I loved it as a standalone listen, like as a break from Iceman. I love the Run Lake freestyle. I love the kind of. It's weird because with Black, like I like No Dick Ryan, like he feels like a superstar to me. Like Black has been a superstar since I was like 14. Like I was listening to like Black like MP3s that the nigga just recorded. Like so when he goes away and comes back, it kind of feels like the Drake going away and come back for me. Like I do want to know where you went. I do want to know what you think. I do want to know how you're feeling, and you get so much of that on there. I love the rapping hints that we get on there. Like I love to see him kind of show all the bag.
And I like that he does the rapping over R&B sounds.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm going to stick to what I'm doing, but I'll give you something different. It's very Drake-esque.
Yeah.
No, not to, I don't want to be that person, but like, it's very Drake-esque, and that is his influence. That's, I want to give Kanye, Wayne, and 50, and Nate Dogg, and et cetera, a lot of that influence, but Drake is the one that took it to the moon, and most of the people that you are listening to in the 2010s got that rapping, singing thing from Drake.
Right, the underwater,
yes.
deep bass sound.
Yes, absolutely. So this was just a fun listen at that. It is very easy to listen to, and I listened to it. I went to go get my haircut this morning, and I just listened to it on the way there. You don't even notice the album over. Like
literally,
it's so
just
smooth, bro. It's so smooth, and he is rapping on that motherfucker. Like he can spit, and I like his style of rapping because. I'm about to nerd out. 2 seconds. I promise I'll get back to it too quick. It's why it's so important that the 3K does drop a rap. I mean, he's never going to do it, but it's why it's so important in the album conversation why 3K does drop a solo rap project, because your raps carrying a sound and carrying a project is a really hard task to do, because I don't think Black is a talented enough rapper to have a rap album, but I think he's a talented enough rapper to rap on a R&B album.
Right.
And those are two different things, and that's why 3K having a whole album with his voice and his raps is important. Back to Black. So I don't think he's the greatest rapper in the world, but I think he does such a good job of picking when he should rap on his albums and when he should get back to the bag that we know him for.
Right.
And the funny thing is, his style of R&B is kind of rap.
Yeah,
it kind of is rap, but the focus on lyricism in rap versus R&B just isn't the same.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he leads towards better in the R&B sound.
Yeah, I feel like his pen. I feel like you can see the strength of his pen the most in his R&B.
For sure. I like that.
And then the rap is kind of just a release from that, but definitely an amazing album. I'm not sure how I have it in context of his other projects, just because it's so early. But I mean, definitely like I could tell I had not been listening to Black in a while. Like, I was very happy to get back to like listening to.
Me too. It was like I was listening to it in the morning. I was like, it feels good to like consistently hear his voice again. Like pause, like let's super pause. But you know how you feel about your artist. So I feel that way about Drake. Like I was telling and shout out to Black. Please come on the show if you have the opportunity to, bro. We love you, bro. But great album. So and that's what I was saying about Drake to somebody the other day, is that like it feels so good to genuinely love a Drake project. And not be going to listen to You Only Live Twice because it's got Lil Wayne on it, and then pipe down because they go crazy. Yeah. Or like going to listen to Jimmy Cooks and Sticky. Like I actually have a full length project that I get in the car and I play song one and I listen to everything on the album every single time. Right. And I'm sad I don't have more time in the car, or I don't have more time in my workout to continue to listen to the music. Like it feels really good to feel that way about a Drake project. Drake has had an interesting week.
You can say that every week. Like the last
Bro,
3 months.
man. So, what is your reaction to him passing Michael Jackson on the #1 list?
Salute. I'm not sure if we clipped this for a TikTok. I'm not sure if I want to hate, like, and say I hate the singles, because I feel like that's kind of, I mean, they've been out for so long. It's like you have your opinion on, what is that song called? The do you love me?
In My Feelings.
Yeah, on the In My Feelings, that style of all his #1s kind of being like that and not really that hot. But at the same time, listen, a record is a record is a record. Passing Michael Jackson in anything musically is incredible. Salute to Drake. And whether you like Drake or you love him like we do, Drake is undoubtedly one of the most successful and greatest artists of all time, excluding no genres. Period.
Drake this week, the first artist to ever debut 3 albums at 1, 2, and 3. 683,000 units total sold. The first male soloist with the most. He has become the male soloist with the most #1 records ever at 14. Rapper with the most #1 albums ever at 15. The first artist to ever debut 10 songs at #1 on the Hot 100. Biggest streaming debut for a hip-hop song in Spotify history. The second biggest streaming debut for a hip-hop album in Spotify history. Occupies 9 of the top 10 spots in the Hot 100. Charts a record 42 songs simultaneously on the Hot 100. He dropped 43 songs, by the way. Yeah. First artist to earn over 400 Hot 100 chart entries. Most top 10 hits for any hip-hop album in the Hot 100 history. Tied for the most top 10 hits for any album in the Hot 100 history. And occupies the entire top 5 biggest streaming debuts for hip-hop albums in U.S. history. What a guy. What a fucking week, man. That boy deserves it all, bro. Congratulations to Drake. Passing Michael Jackson is an incredible feat, no matter what you're talking about. Michael Jackson is the greatest artist that ever lived, the greatest entertainer we've ever seen, and the most famous man alive. So to be anywhere in the class of with him is an incredible feat. And like I said last week, Drake is one of the 10 greatest artists that has ever lived. Everything that he is getting this week, all of the flowers that are spreading to him, he deserves. His back was against the wall. His back was against the wall. His back was against the wall, gang. Like the strongest wall, the toughest wall.
Mid, bro.
It couldn't be mid. It couldn't even be good. It had to be great. Yeah. And he delivered and over-delivered. He didn't give us 1 album. He gave us 3 albums. And it slaps on every single one of them. And then he decided to pass Michael Jackson, have 1, 2, and 3 albums on the Billboard, have 9 of the top 10 records on the Billboard. What he has done over this past month is nothing short of legendary. I don't believe that the 2020s is a Drake run, but this 3-month run that he has been on is some shit we might not ever see again in music. Yeah. So salute to that boy, man. Salute to that boy.
Fire.
But let's get negative real quick.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to person about this real quick, so just real quick. How you feeling about this deal? It's been a while. Where do you think we're going to land? And the last episode, this is kind of where we landed, where he's either going to go independent. He can't go independent because the music industry does not want to allow that, because if your biggest artist in the world is independent and proves that he can move in that nature, what happens to the rest of the bigger artists, and what happens to the artists that follow him up and that get bigger? But Drake clearly is angry. Drake clearly wants to be the villain, and Drake wants his money. Yep. And Drake feels like he's worth a couple billion. Yes, so we're looking at it like UMG is either going to have to give him $2 billion or they're going to have to let him go. Yeah. Where are you on this?
I'm sorry for the headphones listeners, but I'm on that. I'm right. I'm on that nigga heels. It's been a week. He did all that, and nobody said he's out. He ain't like no Instagram stories. He ain't like no tweet. He ain't put nothing up on the Finsta. Bro, we are on it, bro. I think this was. Oh, pause. And the numbers shit is real. That number shit is real. Something is going on where either they are, of course, they're still going back and forth, but the Drake returning to being Drake and you got to get out the way, that shit's, it's different now. I don't know why. We don't know why it's different. The top 10 for next week is going to come out. I think he still has a few of the spots, but the time where you needed a month for Drake, shit's over. And the drop-off from the first day to the second, so people are tracking it. First of all, apparently they changed what counts as a listen now, so it's 1,000 albums instead of 15. Who cares? But
1,500, by the way, not 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. Yeah, but they're tracking day by because this is the fan wars, nerd rap shit. Day one of GNX, day one of Iceman, day one of the fall off. Well, and they're going through. It didn't used to look like, oh, I'm 2 million behind Kendrick on day 3
type shit.
It didn't used to look like, oh yeah, me and J. Cole did the same numbers day 4. It was, yo, Drake dropped this month is Drake.
Yeah,
it's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
and it's weird. And he did 600, but like Certified Lover Boy did 700.
Yeah,
like you dropped 3 albums and it was 680. And that's what I was telling Buddha. And you kind of mentioned it where it was like everybody's not gonna listen to all 3. I'm not listening to all 3. I don't listen to enough Drake to listen to all 3 albums. It's generally not enough time in the day. If I do, he's the only person I'm listening to. And I don't like Drake that much. I think Iceman is amazing. 9 out of 8.5, 9 out of 10. It may not have been better than GNX. It was first week. Listen, still good enough to be in that conversation. But it is some smoky shit around. And I don't think he's getting out of that deal, bro. I don't think he's getting out of that deal.
I don't think he's getting out of the deal, but I think they're gonna give him the money he wants. That's where I think they meet in the middle. I think they give him $1 billion, maybe 2. And me and my barber were actually talking about this today.
That's hard.
So we were talking about this while we were watching Boosie show off his house to Vlad. This is the type of barber I got in his garage. So I'm just painting you a picture. A lot of real nigga shit going on. A lot of fucking real nigga shit going on. So I was talking to him about it, and I was just like, he was like, "What would you do?" And I was like, "Great question, bro." He was like, "You should podcast."
That's a hell of a question.
Like, great question. Like, what would you do? Would you take the independent route, or would you take that $2 billion? And I'm asking, what? Oh, you're asking? Yeah, I'm asking. What would you do?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Cut the check. Cut that check. I ain't gonna lie. Cut the check. Because the thing is, Drake isn't Drake without that UMG machine. And that's why the negotiation is still going on, because he knows that. I think, because if Drake goes independent, bro, I don't think it looks the way we think
it's
it's
so
going.
much money, bro.
I think he gonna wait. Yesterday I was listening to Benny the Butcher song with Wiz, and it reminded me how much richer Wiz is now. And how his life is way better.
You talking about Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa, because he sold catalog, and he was trying to. Wiz Khalifa about to get $1 billion. Like, that's the type of money niggas are giving out. I just think, bro, Drake, you were in. I'm trying to think of a word. You were Drake. You were untouchable. There were if a song was gonna come out that you didn't like from another artist, you were picking up the phone like, yo, he can't drop that, and it wasn't coming out. They had to change the Spotify rules because you were on the cover of gospel music for Spotify because your song was called God's Plan. Like, they were refunds issued the way you were supported. I think you just cause it fairs with the Kendrick shit and just get $1 billion and be Drake for the next 20 years. Because the one thing that is going to really hurt is if he goes independent and he does $350K first week.
I don't think that hurts because the $350K independent is unheard of.
Oh, no, I agree with you. And pockets-wise, $350K independent is
You're talking about the image of Drake.
I'm talking about his fans.
Okay.
Because when I got on Twitter, the third day, it's spaces like, bro, we got to stream the album, bro. What's going on, bro? What? Like, they care. It matters.
They do. It does matter to them. So,
yeah.
What
would you do?
I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, at first I was like, I would go independent because I'm sitting here with my brother trying to build an independent platform. Like,
Fairs.
like
Joe Budden. We're independent pills.
You feel me? Like,
we're independent pills.
So in my brain, I'm just like, I would just want to hustle and prove it to them niggas, but it's like $2 billion.
$2 billion. Like, that's, bro. What are we gonna do hustling that $2 billion can't get us? What's left? What is left? Like us, if you let's put us in that situation where it's like, yo, you can sell out now with the show and they'll give you $20 million each. I'll be like, damn, that's a lot to give up so early because we don't know how far it could be.
Yeah.
You've been Drake for 15 years.
You're 40, man.
Yeah, it's nowhere left to go.
You're fucking 40, bro.
It's literally nowhere left to go but down. Bro, just take if them niggas. Yo, Chubbs, they said $1 billion. Take it now, nigga. Bro,
Yeah, I think you got to take it because think about them payments. Like, you can spread them payments out, $10 million over X amount of, $20 million over X amount. So it's ways you can pay that out to where you're getting buku money every month, every year, just off of that deal. Based off the way it's distributed, not including the money you have for being Drake for the past 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
You're
including
with $800 million.
Yes, like so. I just think that it would be. It's no point in him fighting it, and you get to continue to create and to move in a way similar to what you're doing now. Yeah. With the independent route, you got to revamp everything. Everything has to get different. Everything has to get more creative. Tours are different. Merch is different.
No merch drop. You saw. There's no Iceman hoodies.
Videos are different. Like every single aspect of your career is different if you go independent. So it's like, why take that burden when somebody's offering you $1.5, $2 billion? Like it kind of don't make sense.
If at any point someone offers you $1 billion, and I said this when Tiger Woods turned that shit down. And that company doesn't exist anymore. They're literally closing the doors on that company. And you turn down a bit. I don't care what aside from, what is that movie called? Oh my God, what is that movie called? Is it Sorry to Bother You?
Crazy Rich Asians?
No, Crazy Rich Asians is an amazing movie though. What's the nigga from Atlanta? Nash was gonna be the other.
Louis C.K. Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield. What's the movie he's in?
Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. Yeah.
Unless it's some sorry to bother you shit once you get up there, bro. $2 billion. Yo, I saw a tweet that was like, 10K's not enough to go, harm somebody. Nigga. 3 PS5s would ruin your life in the right nigga's hands, bro. Like, it is, bro. If someone was like, yo, we'll give you $1.5 billion to, it's like 4 things at the end of that sentence you can say no to. Outside of those, like, 4 very specific, like, man prideful things, bro, like, what?
Fam.
Like, bro, what's left? What is left?
$2 billion game.
What's left?
It's nothing left.
What's left? You're a top 50 rich person on earth probably at that point. Yeah, like Elon Musk is like 4, I think. You're at 2.
Like, yeah, bro. So that's impressive, bro. That's impressive. So shout out to Drake, man. What a record-breaking week. I'm still loving Iceman. Still the same favorite song. I'm still running it into the ground. But what's really growing on me is Habibi. Gen 5. What's that song with
WNBA?
WNBA. I'm talking about the song with P&B though. P&D, excuse me.
I don't know.
Shit. Oh my God. He dropped so many songs. I can't remember the name of nothing.
Yeah, really.
Fort Worth. Fort Worth. Yeah. The run from I'm Spent through Fort Worth is insane. I'm Spent, classic Gen 5, Whitebone, and Fort Worth. Insane fucking run on that album. But yeah, I've been having a great time, bro. I would listen to these projects. But Latto's album is really good. Yeah. Black's album is really good. In the meantime, MGK and Wiz Khalifa dropped a collab album as well. So it's been some good music dropping. But Wiz Khalifa sold his catalog. They say it's undisclosed, but the rumor is 50 million. So it's around there. And then he was like, I sold that portion of the catalog, and I'm just working to build another one to sell again. So I don't think that one had Black and Yellow and See You Again. You're not getting 50 million again for the catalog he's making. But if he get another 60, if he get another 20 in it, that's 70 million just off of selling your music. So
literally,
it's like, it's like you talking about. Like, some people, everybody ain't gonna be Joe Budden and be like, make it the hard way. Like, and I'm sorry, like.
And with respect to Wiz, I don't want a Wiz Khalifa podcast.
Bro, like, sell your catalog for $50 million. Like, take the $50 million. It's 50 fucking million.
It's $50 million. The way I look at it, you should have got that money up front anyway.
Bro, like.
That's what it's worth. That's what it's worth. They're telling you what this was worth.
Yeah.
You didn't get this up front. Get it now.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, when Wiz doesn't seem like he overspends. Wiz seems like he buys a lot of weed. Yeah. He buys a lot of Chuck Taylors and probably spends a lot of money on hoes. Other than that, he don't seem like he don't travel a lot. He ain't always like gone and shit. He be in LA smoking weed. So it seems like
he probably get a bunch of weed for free. If I sold weed, I wouldn't charge Wiz.
And he has his own weed, so he probably get even more weed for free.
Yeah,
so
literally.
So I don't think that his expenses are extremely high. So what I'm saying is, I think Wiz been on since 09. Like Wiz got on rap in 09. He really popped.
It's young niggas who don't know who that is.
Yeah, like that's. But yeah, like 2011, Wiz got money. Yeah. He's been rich since like 2015, 2016. Yeah. So he probably had 10, 15 million. You at 67 and then you do that again 20 years later. You like, come on, man.
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
a fact.
He different.
I'm not sure which fucking European country it is, but like one of them got like a warrant out for Wiz or some shit. Like
Romania. Romania.
Come get him, nigga. Come get him, nigga. What's up? Like y'all want Wiz just back across the border.
Wiz Khalifa is never going to Romania.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
listen,
it's okay.
I'm patriotic in a weird way. It's a lot of stuff I don't like about the country, who runs the country, and what happens, and all that shit. What I do like about the country is y'all niggas would never come in here and get somebody
ever. I do fuck with you. I do fuck with you.
Oh, come get Wiz. Come get Wiz.
Come get Wiz.
Yeah, nigga.
Please.
Yeah, we issued a warrant for your arrest. I hang up the phone. So what? Like, and like,
okay, sure, thanks.
Yeah. You just made the 300 Wiz fans in Romania sad.
But let's see. I think that was all. Oh, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Did you watch the drama? You know I did. You ain't been paying attention to the drama around Kevin Hart?
Oh, about the
George Floyd, the roast.
Yeah. I thought you said the drama. I thought that was something else. No. Listen, Kevin Hart is so busy. Like that absolutely could have been a special. He could have did a special after the roast about the roast already. Like that's how fast Kevin Hart works. But I watched the roast. I watched a lot of the follow-up dramas because I know. I love Shane Gillis. Hate Chelsea Handler. I forget what the comic his name is.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Don't like Tony Hinchcliffe. He was pretty funny monologue. Hate that nigga though. But like I watched everything around it, and my response is perfect roast.
So yeah. Like I thought the night was great. I feel like that was I don't know. Was we on the show? I might have said this on the Zoom pod, but yeah, the roast is like for the comedians to get their flowers. So that was Kevin's way of like getting his flowers early into his career. Like they were like, "What are you the goat of?" And it was just like trying to say like, "Yo, like what you have done is unprecedented, especially as a black man, as a black businessman. Like what you have done in comedy, what you have done in acting, what you have done in business is unprecedented. So this is a night to make fun of you, celebrate you, and do the essence of what comedy is." So from the roast aspect, I really enjoyed Kevin Hart's set. I enjoyed Cheryl's set. I enjoyed Shane's set, Tom Brady's set. Usher was funny in the beginning. I believe Regina's Hall set was fucking amazing. That's just what a talent.
Yeah.
Naeem said his homeboy was funny. So I enjoyed a lot of it. I think Kevin Hart is an amazing celebrity. I think he is one of the greatest black men we've had in entertainment. So a well-deserved night from him. Oh, and The Rock. I love The Rock.
Yes.
The Rock was amazing.
Yeah.
But the backlash. I do think the backlash is warranted. I think that is misdirected I think it's misdirected though. Like, why is everybody so mad at Kevin Hart and not the guy that made the joke?
Right.
Like, that's my thing. Like,
Cat Williams sitting right there.
And like, I understand that. Oh, fucking Cat Williams! Hell yeah!
Everybody mad at Kevin Hart. Cat Williams right there too.
So why? What was Kevin Hart supposed to do? Is my question. Like, Kevin Hart's name is on this. Kevin Hart is not only the name on this. Kevin Hart is a producer on this. Yeah. Kevin Hart is funding this.
Right.
So if he turns face in any way, if he is unprofessional in any way, that comes back on him, and that comes back on the roast and the product itself. Right. So he has to be professional through everything. So although he doesn't think their joke is funny, he has to just crack a smile and continue to move on throughout his night. My thing is like, when do we get to like just be?
Exactly. I think,
and like, I'm trying to be respectful because I know like what we have been through. I know what black people have gone through, what we continue to go through, and what we're fighting for. I understand, but like, at what point can like we just say like, hey, for this night, like we don't have to like Kevin Hart gotta worry about the plight of black people forever. Yeah. This one night, like he don't gotta get up and defend black people's honor and George Floyd's honor, rest in peace, because of a bad joke somebody made at a place where people make bad jokes consistently.
Right. I think it's what is that shit called? It's like a rubber band ball. Like, you ever seen like the rubber band balls in class where it's like a billion rubber bands stuck together? It's a rubber band ball of a lot of black culture is tied to kind of like that you can't say that culture side to. So it feels like when Kevin Hart or Cat Williams sits there and they say that George Floyd, you know, when I heard the joke, I knew immediately. Many people were going to be mad about it. Niggas were going to make videos about it. Niggas were going to try to create content and engagement based on that anger created from it. But like you're saying, the biggest problem is, bro, like, we cannot be reactionary to every single thing at every single, like, we are, like, if this was a dinner at Kevin Hart's house and niggas just caught a clip of him fucking around and he said that, that's what, it's a roast of Kevin Hart.
On Netflix Live.
The point is to say some shit everybody might not like. That's the roast is Kevin Hart, and niggas are all night gonna say things to Kevin Hart he may not like.
These are his dead mom, bro.
Yeah, like, bro, these aren't jokes and Tom Brady's so successful. No, Tom Brady's wife is fucking a man that made $60K last year. Like, those are the jokes niggas are making. Like, those are the type of things niggas are saying. These aren't like, yeah, Kevin's in every movie. No, they are not. like, what did you expect? Shane Gillis is there. Tony Hinchcliffe is there. What did you like? There weren't gonna be insightful, insightful, witty humor about Kevin Hart's success, bro. No, bro.
Yeah.
I want to hear that nigga go like, yeah, she do. Oh hell no. Like, that's funny, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's
bro.
Nuts, bro.
And it's okay, bro. It's okay. And if that's not your style of comedy, then move on and don't watch.
Exactly.
But it is a style of comedy, and if that's the thing. And again, I don't agree with nothing. A joke. I just think it's a bad joke. Yeah, like, I believe there is there's a black comedian that made a George Floyd joke because he was like making a joke about how white comedians keep trying to make George Floyd jokes and they don't know how to do it because they're just not funny.
Right.
And he made it funny when I can't remember what it was, but it's a way to joke about literally anything. You can joke about anything. Yeah. You just have to be clever in the way you deliver it, and it wasn't a clever delivery. Like, the joke, I don't think people should be making white men should be making jokes about lynching. But the joke Shane Gillis made about Kevin Hart and the bonsai tree it's funny. Like, it's a funny joke. Like, if you Google a picture of a bonsai tree, you're gonna chuckle after you hear it.
I love Shane Gillis.
Like, you should have said it. I disagree with it, but it's funny, and that's the point of a roast, is to push the limits.
Right.
So the only backlash I have for Kevin is his dismissiveness of the issue.
Right.
And that's the one job, I think, when he goes on the Breakfast Club and he's like, I don't get why y'all mad. Yeah. It's like, Kevin, you got to be better than that. Yeah. You do owe it to us to at least acknowledge that you can understand why he's mad. Because he admitted that the joke was tasteless. Right. He didn't like the joke. He didn't think the joke was funny. No. He was just being a businessman by smiling at the joke and all of that bullshit. He admitted all of those things. But he did act like he damn near gaslit the community of like, what y'all so mad for? I don't understand. I didn't say it. It's like, Kevin, your name is on a product. Yeah. You're the face of this organization. You're the face of this event. You know why people are upset. You know why people are frustrated at you. Don't act like we're stupid for having a problem.
I wish he would say what he wanted to say. And of course he can't because...
Which is, nigga, I'm so fucking rich, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Fam. I'm a billionaire. Kevin Hart, me, I am a billionaire off jokes. I don't care what they said tonight, nigga. I just made $200 million more. Like, who cares? Like,
who fucking cares,
niggas
bro?
was talking about my dead mom, bro.
Like, who fucking cares?
Did the check clear? Did the Netflix check clear?
The check fucking clear, my nigga. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
Like, that's my thing. Like, Kevin Hart not friends with Tony Hinchcliffe. Kevin Hart probably not even friends with Shane Gillis, for real. No. Like, he's not friends with Chelsea Handler and all these other weird ass niggas.
He's friends with Chelsea Handler. That's like Lil Wayne and Skip Bayless.
And the Chelsea, and that's the work. Like, and I did see more like the Chelsea Handler stuff with the George Floyd stuff too, because Chelsea Handler I think went on a podcast and was talking about it
about Shane Gillis and Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, but her and Shane Gillis had history, so that was kind of like he was kind of waiting on that one.
Yeah,
but everything else, bro, like we're at a roast of Kevin Hart, bro. Like, I feel like, bro, like, we gotta pick our spots, bro. We gotta pick our spots, dog.
Like it being a week of think pieces from the roast of Kevin Hart is like exactly what you're saying. Pick your spots.
If you were offended while watching the roast of Kevin Hart, bro, you're too far gone. You're too far gone.
You just shouldn't be watching.
You should not be watching stuff like that, bro.
That's not your team.
And there's stuff for you to watch. I'm trying to think. Abbott Elementary, like something like very PG. That's funny. Like something like something you could watch at work.
The show Kevin Hart just did. If you just like Kevin Hart, funny AF. Yeah. Amazing show. Amazing. It's a comedy competition. It's amazing.
The Office, like things like that, for sure are for you. But like, fam, like you watched him pulled up the roast to Kevin Hart, bro.
But and in closing, I will say that what was I about to say? Yes. Did you hear how many sponsors he listed at the end? Bro, he said, I want to thank my partners, and spent 2 minutes.
It was like 30 people.
It was like 30 different businesses. One of the businesses was J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan.
What the fuck are you doing with J.P. Morgan, Kevin?
Yeah.
Who is
billionaire talk? That's billionaire talk.
So you talking about $1 billion? There's no question about it. That boy's a billionaire.
That's billionaire talk.
That's billionaire talk.
Yeah.
But that's all I have today, man. Now, what about you?
That's it for me.
All right, man. What an episode. It is midnight on a Friday, man. We hustle, boy. We hustle around here, man. But it was game 7, so you know we had to wait. We good for next Thursday?
Tentatively.
Okay, bet.
It should because I know you can't Friday, so Thursday I'm gonna definitely try to.
Okay, bet. So I was seeing if Tyrone was going home, we might be able to have him on the pod too, type shit. So.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, if he comes Thursday, I'm gonna try. I'll try to keep everything.
Okay.
I'll try to keep that over here.
Okay, bet. Yeah. Alrighty, man. This has been episode 165. I was trying to think about anything else, but yeah, this has been episode 165. This is the show about nothing in a world full of hate. Let your light be love in an industry full of copycats. We are some one of ones. That's Ish. I'm Rock. That's Ish. I'm a DJ. That's a DJ. Yeah. I'm a rapper. That's the best 2K player in the world. Speaking of that, that 2K league is fun.
Yes, sir.
That 16 team. My team is disgusting.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck. Everybody click on my team and be like, yo, who the fuck let him get these? And it's like, I promise, it wasn't like, yes, the LeBron pick is like, okay, I had a great top 3 pick. But after that, everything else, I dead ass was like, Roby in the last league had KD and just a bunch of 3-and-D players.
Defense,
So I was like, let me go get one rim runner along with LeBron. So that's why I got Russ. And then let me just go get a bunch of 3-and-D players.
Hell yeah.
So it's full of just 6'9" niggas. PG being my third.
I love that
man.
Shit,
but that shit is fun.
It's like because we took all the other teams out like free. Like you could just remake another team.
Yes,
you could just go to free agency and remake I remade my entire bench.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. And the what I like about it is the styles. How because your team you can't really play defense, but you got to stop Steph and Luka.
Yeah,
so it's like either deal because our game was 81 to 87, like or something. It was like I think it was 83 to 87 for real. Like our game was the highest 2K 6-minute game.
Yeah,
but it was like. I can't stop Steph, and you can't stop LeBron.
Bro,
so it was like, we just gonna score every time we touch this
who
field.
Get the ball last?
Like type shit. That shit was crazy, bro. So yeah, bro. I'm like I'm about to.
Yeah, I'm in this pro-am series. I'm in this pro-am league this week. So next week I'll probably play more in the 2K league. But yeah, the teams. It turned out the way I wanted to.
Type shit. It is fire. It is fire. And niggas playing their games.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm sorry about that. So y'all be safe. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe to the Patreon below Nothing ATL. Patreon.com/NothingATL. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy Game 7, and we will be back early next week.